Morning, everybody. Morning, morning. Oh, there we go. Sanwin, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Hope you all had a great Tuesday, and welcome to our Wednesday stream. We're going to dive right back into Pillars of Eternity 2. Did you see Yaherzi on Discord? Yes, I did, Tenwin. I saw it late last night, so I figured I'd just talk to you when we got on stream. I can kind of see where you're coming from with the StarCraft 2 Marine design, but I'd also point out that there's a very distinct difference between the two armor-wise, which is Space Marine armor in 40k from the ground up is designed as a combat suit to take full advantage of Space Marine's bioaugmetics. StarCraft armor, by comparison, is technically, if you go back, if I remember my lore correctly, and you go back into the manual for StarCraft 1, the Marine combat armor is essentially up-armored, is an up-armored space work suit. And it's kind of telling that in much the same way that Stormtrooper armor is, it's meant more to protect against the environment than it is to actually protect against firearms or other nasties that want to kill you. Which is reflected in lore by the fact that Marines are, well, pretty fucking squishy.
Yes?
Oh, right. We wanted to... fair, but it looks freaking cool. Oh, absolutely. I love the StarCraft 2 Marine armor design. Are you kidding me? It's great. I still think... well, I think, you know, I like my Space Marines a bit better, but I ain't gonna knock the StarCraft 2 Marine design. It's still pretty fucking good. We need to go rest so we can get rid of these injuries that we got from taking multiple fucking arquebus rounds to the face.
So, how do you like it?
Oh, they're talking about... oh, we can't rest in here. We have to actually talk to the guy downstairs. I forgot. All right, diving on down.
Maybe. There's
Still
strange
kicking, eh?
things out there.
What'll it be?
Like
sure
a room.
thing.
Go. Cost us only 43. Gives us a +2 diplomacy, +2 intimidate, and +2 bluff. Very nice. And we got a 15% discount on the rooms. Very nice. Also, yes. Hold on. Let's go ahead and... do we need to keep any of this? We'll keep the ranged weapons, as I said, in case we need to. We do not need a hatchet. Go off and sell those. Go ahead and sell those. Ugh. Woods. We don't need any of that. Keep all of that. Keep all of that. Keep that just in case. There we go. There we go. That pays for our room cost, plus a little extra.
You cannot think it is really one of the gods.
No, but a weapon perhaps.
Merla, I hope not.
Wish we could get more StarCraft games delving deeper into the universe. Did you know the Emojins have unique marine armor? Yes, the Emojins have, they've only really showed it off in the, if I recall correctly, Blizzard did a Emojin skin pack that does a complete reskin of all of the Terran units. And I know in-game it doesn't have any effect, but if I remember my in-universe lore correctly, they essentially were modifying Protoss tech and combining it with their own designs. So, for example, Emojin Marines are supposed to have, like, a very low-powered energy shield. It's not very good, but combined with the shield that is usually attached to the Marine's shoulder and the Marine's natural armor, it actually does improve their survivability quite a bit, which is good because the Emojins have to take a quality over quantity approach because they're one of the smaller of the human colonies. They're also in the heart of the Storm expansion where you see the cinematic. Yep. They have, and that's what those energy packs built into the shoulders are. Okay, we cleared out Gorecki Street. I guess the only other choice we have is to go towards Satahuzi. Hold on. Is that all we have? Ooh. Okay, yeah. So she's doing that. Adir is searching for his friend. Yep. Reach the Ingwithan dig site. Okay. And find Mokeha. Right, so yes, we will go to the village and we will see if we can find some more over there. Let's see what we can find over here. Silent really likes to frickin' rain on us. Hello, everybody. Commoner. You have a name, though.
Amira's winds
winds blow sweet upon you.
Monsters of the Dreadfire Archipelago. Barb Ravager. Nope, we've read this. I remember this from the previous game. Ooh, a crumpled note. Namaya, I know it's you taking my books. Why are you wasting time with Valiant stories when there's work to be done? At least keep them dry. Okay. So somebody's getting in trouble for reading on the job. Amira protect you. Okay. Must be a local religion or focus. Oh, hello. There's the person I need to talk to. The Amawa woman steps sideways, angling herself towards you and meets your gaze with an intense stare.
Outsiders of every sort. This is what the Valians have brought us.
Her scarred brow wrinkles and her frown deepens into a somber
You were
grimace.
looking for Kawa?
Actually, I'm looking for you, Mokeha. Rinko says that you robbed him during a card
Rinko?
game. She scoffs in a guttural burst of sound.
The Valian? You jest, Akira. I should have thrown him into the sea. He dares to call me a thief?
Assuming this is an insult. Yeah, Hawana term of agreement and emphasis. Fine. Why don't you tell me what happened?
What else? The Valians are fools. But Akawa wishes to trade, so we must be patient. We must save them from Nagate's storms. Even when they ignore our advice.
Okay, but that's not what we're talking about, Mokeha. We're specifically talking about you and the gambler.
Ikawa told me I should see the tavern, speak with their people, learn patience. The trader Eophania, she taught me to play Valian cards. A simple game, but none would play with me in the tavern. Not until Rinko. I thought him kind, until I proved the victor, and he grew angry. Until he stood in front of his kin and called me a Mataru of Sadahuzi, a filthy islander and a cheat.
Highest class of Huana society, consisting primarily of the warriors and priests. Tribal chieftains traditionally rise from the warrior ranks. The Mataru shoulder the responsibility of governing the other castes and determine the practical and spiritual needs.
For that? Yes, I beat him. Why does this concern you?
Because you should have told the guards. By taking his money after attacking him, you've been branded a thief.
I am no thief. Do you mean to insult me?
No, I'm merely telling you what the locals are saying. For the love of God, learn to differentiate between me delivering news and me insulting you.
I am Mataru. I am the guard in Sadahuzi. I defend this village. If I see fit to punish a man, it is my duty.
If a Valian walked into your village and broke Hawana law, would you be satisfied with a fine levied by the governor?
That is not the same. This has long been our island.
Believe me, I agree with you there, but if you're going to make the argument that you're allowed to enforce your laws in their settlement, then why is that any different than them being allowed to enforce their laws in yours? Rinko is also just a merchant. There's simply no way he could fight you as an equal. Mokeha opens her mouth to speak, then snaps it shut. She grimaces, averting her gaze to the sand. Ah, see, because that did mention that they're a caste-based system, so that actually strikes a nerve with her. Because but even by her own cultural standards, it's completely true.
I did not consider this. He is Kwaru. It is not in him to fight for the village. Perhaps I was impatient.
Why is that the honest one? We're not here to fight, goddammit. Just let me return the coin purse. We can call it square.
Then here's what you came for, though it is an uneven trade.
She considers the coin purse in her hand for a moment before handing it to you. Her mouth twists into a resentful frown. Mira is the Hawana name for Hyleia. Oh, okay.
I will ask our chieftain to send a healer for that idiot Valian. Perhaps that will quiet his whimpering.
That would be most appreciative. Thank you. Okay, that's Ikawa. Let's keep looking around first before we do anything else. That is Palohe nuts. Clothing. Helm. I mean, that's not really a helm, but okay.
Fancy a look at the wares, my friend?
Well, you're a bit out of the way, aren't you?
Cozy spot, right? Not much competition apart from the basket lady. And the Hawana have coin to spend and goods to trade, same as the rest.
Let's see what you
goods
have.
on the
Fire kelp, blood moss, cave coral. Okay, so it's a bunch of consumable or ingredient items. Plus 10% stripe, plus 1 resolve. Okay, stats are always appreciative. 750. The 10% stride is nice. The additional resolve is good. Reducing hostile effects and duration, infernal drive, determination, and fearlessness. Yep, out of the way in the Hawana trade as much as anybody. Yep. Tempted to get it. We do have some decent money right now. Magic gear is magic gear in the early game. Who do we want to carry that? Who's got? We've got 14 resolve, 13 resolve, and 13 resolve. So overall, we're pretty even. We'll just go ahead and put it on myself for right now. Thank you, kindly.
Yes? Of course. Hmm?
Hold on, let's see what's up here. Mokeha's Lodge. Oh, I guess we can go inside her house. Ooh. So this is all counted as stealing. Nothing of any value there. Obsidian flakes. Oh. Obsidian occurs naturally throughout the Deadfire due to the region's high volcanic activity. Though brittle, it can be knapped to create an incredibly sharp edge. The Hawana use the material for various cutting instruments, including knives and spear points. When the Hawana come across large chunks of obsidian suitable for knapping, they break them into spouls and flake for trade or personal use. Ah, so that it's one of their forms of currency then. That makes sense. That actually makes a lot of sense. Ship's Log of the Tempest Turn. An excerpt from the Journal of Norin, former first mate of the Tempest Turn, reeking of stale liquor and white leaf smoke. Suppose this is more of a diary, you know, though let's be honest, it was heading that course for some time now on account of Captain DeLuna kicking me from the ship. And all because I kept reminding her of how she said one night over dinner she'd listened to my theories on the crew who went missing near some island. What was it called? Bloodlung Island or Kuzawari or something such? To the north of Fort Deadlight, I don't remember. Point is, I know it wasn't the floating hangman what got them, because the dhow was recovered and it didn't have no blood on the deck, nor torn sails or pockmarked wood. For that matter, it couldn't have been those trading company bastards, ship hunters, slavers, Hawana savages, or the Amawa military. The crew just up and disappeared, every last one. No bodies, no blood, just clothes and food and grog left behind. Gods, they left the fucking grog, every last cask. So you tell me, Captain DeLuna, just what happened to them? What new threat out there that's ought to be spending gold or rubies and blood and sweat to prepare for? Who took 'em if there ain't no flock of overly cunning imps with a taste for pirate flesh? Well, I'm going out just as soon as I charter a ship to that island. Okay. What is this? A ghastly and rotting ship that haunts the Deadfire, manned by an undead crew. This vessel is rumored to calm the seas and sails veiled with an unnatural fog. Though slavery is illegal in the Deadfire archipelago, given this is a Caribbean XP, I find that highly dubious. The region is too vast to adequately police. Ah, yeah, of course. Slavers operate at the fringes of contested waters and are quick to take advantage of the isolated tribes or foreign ships in trouble. And medical supplies. Utaru have their own homes. I mean, if they are supposed to be the,
You're a follower of the light?
Light. Oh, you mean, well, depends on what you mean by follow.
Maybe you heard earlier? I follow Aethys too. Mostly, in a way. I mean, I am a child of the Dawnstars, even if I'm a Gonite.
That's good, I guess. For you.
Oh, maybe you don't want to talk about it. That's all right. Surely, some other time, then. Was it the way I said it? Or maybe I'm in need of a washing.
They're already trying to bond over their shared religious faith. Closer to coral dot the watery landscape with bright color, blooms of color. Oh. It is illegal to enslave anyone in the archipelago. It isn't illegal to sell slaves. Ah. Yeah, I can't imagine how that... I'm sure there will be much nuance.
You're joking.
I'll say the captain is quite handsome.
But sister, they are so small.
Okay, that's a bit weird. Ugh, what else have we got in here? What else have we got in here? Ooh.
Hey,
Oh,
I wanted to ask you something. It's about Shodi.
I mean, we were just kind of investigating this house, eh, dear? But sure, go ahead.
She means well. I can see that. And she's spirited, and if I was still young and didn't know the things I know, it'd be different.
Okay, roll it back for me, Adir. We've literally known her for... Let me see. We traveled in-game for about 6 hours. We've rested for 8. We've known her for less than 15 hours. Okay, right? And long enough they will have interactions and consequences or results, like this.
But anybody got that much faith in any god, let alone Aethys? I don't know how to talk to someone like that. Not these days.
I mean, yeah, given what we know about the nature of the gods and all that now, yeah, that's kind of awkward.
I get why she's like that. And I was there once, long time back.
I was say, weren't you trying to become a priest at one point? His eyelids flare with relieved embarrassment.
But it's 'cause of that I can't see a way to respect it. I'm no good at hiding it from her either. I don't see this getting better.
Ooh. No, we're not going to pretend to respect her. Keep avoiding her. That doesn't sound like it's going to help. Yeah, but you know what happened in his life. I know. You just have to trust that there's more to her than you're giving her credit for.
It doesn't seem like she's any different than what she shows.
Well, firstly, in case you didn't notice, Adir, she specifically says she worships Gaon, not Aothas.
Same thing, really. That's just her trying to find a way to worship Aethys that makes sense to her. I guess that sounds familiar now that you mention it.
Yeah, once you say it out loud, it kind of makes a little bit more sense, don't it, buddy? See, I didn't even have to say anything. You were able to figure that one out on your own. Ranging from clear to slightly cloudy, this liquor is distilled from a mixture of 2 different rice species, one short and the other long, in water from a mountain spring on the island of Ossa. The strongest liquor native to the Deadfire, Daibo, is generally served warm, is particularly popular among the artisan caste. Featured regularly in the Hawana popular culture, especially in plays and song, Daibo o Ossa perennially shoulders the blame in discussions about what's ruining the Hawana youth. So they have their own version of sake, basically. If it's made from rice. Ooh, Ataru clothing. Ooh, thief's putty. Ooh. That is pretty valuable. Oh, small immature pearls are frequently discovered by Hawana oyster divers. While not as valuable as mature pearls, they're still used as currency throughout the Deadfire. Still, I would rather avoid having to steal if I can try to not do that. So let's keep moving. Alright, I guess there's... Yeah, that's all we've got right now. Seated upon a chair before the bonfire, Ikawa looks considerably more comfortable here in her home village. She prods absently at the coals with a long stick. They also have rice wine. Diobo it also is just a named rice wine, essentially the same as the difference between carbonated wine and champagne. Ah. Ikawa's lined face is pocked with fading scars, but there's no hostility in her calm appraisal as you approach.
For many years, I've only ever seen one of your kind. And then the Valians come. And many things change.
I mean, to be fair, lots of societies tend to kill their godlike, so, you know, it's not really that much of a surprise you've only seen one of us.
They told me what became of your ship. I say again that you are lucky. It is the only ship that survives.
Not the Hawana, though? Yeah, but they're not the only ones in this area, and even discounting the Valians, they're not the only ones.
I could protect Port Mage, or else its ships, but not both. Perhaps Clario thinks I chose poorly.
It doesn't look as if the storm did much damage to your village.
To a storm speaker, the storm is a friend, gentled by a word. And Satahuzi is blessed with several storm speakers. We were able to shield the village from much of the weather. Some of it is mere luck. Most of our canoes were here by the shore. We did lose one of our voyagers. It will take some work to replace it.
I don't suppose any of your people managed to see the giant.
Yes, one of the old titans, say the priests. Andra is angry, though why, our priests do not know. I am only glad it has journeyed elsewhere.
Oh, trust me, if I'm standing nearby, Andra is definitely angry, but, that's a me problem, not a you problem. The giant is Aothas. I need to know where he's going.
Aethys. Is it redemption you seek, then?
Ah, no.
You risk much to chase a god across the sea. The Dawn Stars, too, wish to meet this god. What if he does not wish to be found?
Well, Bareth didn't exactly give that as an option, so... Waves at ocean, ocean, tsunami response. Yeah, sounds about right. Fuck you, Andra.
Yes,
A tight-
Ndati, Andra's realm, harbors many great beasts. They say the ancestors of the Kahanga tribe, and so their queen, hold pacts with such creatures. My priests wonder if this is her doing.
Ndati, the Huana trickster goddess with a humanoid body and the head of an anglerfish, thought to lure mariners either into or out of trouble at a whim. They are often worshipped as an aspect of Andra, making the Huana the only people that believe Andra has a physical manifestation. Interesting. That is true. Andra usually... that's an interesting contrast.
Yes, I do not
Which
know.
way did it go?
Most fled the sight of it, and Clario has provided little information. This was the subject of our argument. Perhaps he will tell you more.
I don't suppose it would be possible for your people to assist in freeing my ship.
Yes, but it will take Clario's assistance. Convince him, and I will aid you.
Not surprising that islanders put a lot of value on a sea goddess. Oh, absolutely. I'm not insulting their faith. I'm just saying... Andra's Andra, and we all know my fucking feelings on her, so... Why do you wait on Clario's word?
You are one of his people now. It falls on him to protect you.
Okay, fair enough. Alright, let's go drop off. We can go finish that quest for the merchant real fast. The Rinko's home, yep. And then we can finish up here. Wending our way through the streets. Come on. Let's see here. Here you go, my dude.
Most days I'd fire up the kettle for you or something. Sorry.
I spoke to Mokeha. She claims that she won fairly at the game, and then you
A
insulted.
surprise! The brute speaks, and you have survived the conversation in one piece.
Like the traveling system straight to the home and not middle stopping there. It's nice. It's a very nice, convenient feature.
Merla, perhaps my tongue was loosened by drink. What of it? Is any man who insults the savage's pride due a beating? The law is on my side.
Not if the money belonged to her.
You have no proof. Have a heart. I cannot work as I am. If I cannot pay my dues, I will lose my home. They will put my boy on the street. He does not deserve that.
You're right, he doesn't. I'm doing this more as a way to teach you a fucking lesson, my dude. Maybe don't gamble with the only money you have when you're worried about getting thrown out of your fucking house. You could have just played a friendly game with the lady. And if no money was involved, then you insulting her probably would have just gotten you punched once and she would have left. But instead, you decided to wager money on the damn shit, and then she beat your ass and took it. It would probably help if you didn't call them savages.
I refer only to Mokeha, that shark-faced harpy. May Andra's beasts feast upon her eyes.
Rinko thrashes feebly in his bed, one fist raised
She
defiantly.
cheated me. Are we to lose our home for the sake of Clario's alliance?
No, you're losing your home because you insulted someone, bet your money, and did so when you knew you didn't have the money to spare. Here, she apologized and returned your money. Shut the fuck up.
She what?
He eyes the coin purse in your hands, then angles a one-eyed glower up at you.
Let her apologize to my face, the shark spawn. Merla, what good is an apology? Does it fix my ear? Enough then. I am forgiving. You have what I asked for. I promised you a share of the coin. We leave it at that.
Aliens, what do you expect? Yes, I'm and the fact that we're in the Caribbean style place and it's very obvious the Valians are filling the role of the Spanish Empire here. Yeah.
You have saved my family, Aimiko. I say it plain. Agressima.
His head drops back onto the pillow. He raises an arm in a weak gesture of farewell. Yeah. You won't get tossed out of your home. That's why I was trying to fucking help. Maybe tone down the gambling and don't insult the equivalent of a noble who passes through, you dipshit. Okay, let's go ahead and keep increasing mechanics. We increased... Ooh. Metaphysics and diplomacy. We go with metaphysics this time. We now have access to level 2 abilities. Alright. Why can't I select... That's... What the... Choose ability... Oh, choose abilities for both classes. Oh, okay. Ah, okay. Well, I already know what I want here. Mental Binding, which was our fucking godsend of a power in the last game, because being able to paralyze someone right out of the get-go is so useful. But I also want to see what else we get at tier 2. We can also increase our focus gain and our damage, which is most helpful. Ooh, 10% whip damage with weapons, but 150% focus gain. Ooh. That's pretty good. Sword and shield, 2-weapon style, 2-handed style, 1-handed style. Specialized training increases the character's action speed when using a weapon in each hand. And gives a damage bonus when wielding 2-handed weapons. Alright, well, we're going to grab that. And then we're also going to grab... Ooh, allied AoE per kill. Inspires all allies in the vicinity when the paladin downs an enemy, providing a temporary bonus to all defenses. Nice. When taking damage, gain an armor rating bonus against that damage type for a short time. That really doesn't seem like it's enough. That really doesn't seem like it's enough. That's pretty good. 2-handed style, 1-handed style, and 2-weapon style. Now, we're going to probably want... Yeah. Grants 3 paladin auras, and those can later be upgraded. Zealous Endurance improves armor rating and health restored. This improves stride, defense with disengaging, and converts hits to grazes. This is additional accuracy and converts hits to crits. Okay. But yes, we're going to go ahead and grab the auras. Ooh. Oh! Okay, so yeah, we already have these as modal abilities. The next one we're going to grab then... Do I want to grab... Yeah. The only other one I can think of. Fight defensively with the poleaxe, trading damage for increasing engagement. Character swings the greatsword with massive force, increasing damage at the cost of accuracy. Interesting. Arquebus wielder takes time to line up a well-aimed shot. These attacks are far more accurate. Yes. I want that. Oh, 2-handed sword. Well, I mean, the S-Stock's already a 2-handed sword, but... Whatever. Alright, so we picked up Zealous Aura. We picked up Mental Binding, which is our favorite fucking control spell.
I'm here.
Yep, we've got our pistols. We've got our S-Stock. Yeah, we don't quite start with enough for Mental Binding, but if we engage with the pistols first, we should get enough. Ooh. Oh, right, that loses out on accuracy, but we usually don't even bother to reload, so we just fire the 2 pistol shots and switch over to our melee weapon, so that's not really that useful. Leave yourself vulnerable to make powerful driving attacks with the S-Stock, gain penetration at the cost of deflection. Ah, okay. As for this, Zealous Focus gives +5 accuracy. Okay, now we are actually seeing it. +1 armor rating, which might be useful right now. And 25% stride. We'll just stick with the accuracy. Accuracy is probably the best choice right now. Hey there, my dude. More athletics. We picked up Streetwise last time, so now we're going to pick up Intimidate. Right, we get one for both classes. Right. Fighter stances. Ooh, we have to get that first, according to this. Causing crush damage and leaving them dazed. That would seem to probably be the best choice. Gains bonus defense against intellect, perception, and constitution afflictions. Steadies the fighter's aim, allowing them to convert grazes to hits on any attack made with a proficient weapon. 30% of grazes automatically converted to hits. That would be nice. Plus 6 shield deflection, and shield deflection bonus also applies to reflex. Ooh, could be good too. Be careful on which aura you use. Oh, but let me guess, because even other NPCs' auras, you don't want to have similar effects because they're not going to stack, I'm assuming. Confident aim is not the worst idea, but it's weird that you pick this up here, but then you don't. Okay, you okay, I see. You do get. I don't know why it doesn't show that then. Charges to a more aggressive stance after handling groups of enemies. While in this stance, the fighter kills with a melee weapon will trigger an instant full attack on a nearby enemy. Okay, I see. Warrior stance. While in this stance, they gain additional accuracy and deflection, which is always good. When hurt or above, a character that is between 75% and 50% is considered hurt. Character's accuracy bonus increases. When bloodied, 50 to 25%, the fighter's deflection bonus increases. So it's just a good all-around stance. Oh, see, that's nice. Plus 3 enemies engaged, and they take 5% less damage per engaged target. That's actually pretty good. Still a bit sad that Blizzard never finished all the war crates, specific as it is in StarCraft 3. There's still unit skins with no accompanying building skins, which can look a bit weird. Yeah, I mean, no offense, I don't think Blizzard's going to be doing more content for StarCraft 2 anytime soon, Tenwin. They're just not. So do I want the stances, or do I want out of the fire? Allows the fighter to pull allies to safety. Doing so will not harm them. Or the enemy's armor rating is significantly reduced for the next attack they receive. I think the stances are going to work better. We'll go with that. And then as a rogue, Dirty Fighting converts hits to crits. One-handed style, two-handed style, weapon and shield, two-weapon style. The blind is really strong. Costs 2 guile, bonus accuracy, bonus damage. If successful, blinded for 15 seconds. Yeah. And it evolves into Gouging Strike, which is 3 raw damage per 3 seconds for 15 seconds. As well as Confounding Strike. While blinded, all attacks on the target add a stacking penalty to deflection. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Adair gonna learn how to fight dirty. Raw damage lasts until the end of combat. Oh, those are both good then. Damn. Let me see here. He's got Saber with its Windmill Slash. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So each weapon type has its own... Well, some of them do at least. The Mace apparently doesn't. Neither does the Warhammer. That's a bit weird. They always had that? Yes, but it's a bit more apparent now, rather than it just being folded in with the rest of the effects. Okay, most of these are plus accuracy. He has medium shields. Binding block. Use your small shield to better intercept melee weapon attacks and counter at the cost of recovery time. When missed by melee attacks, gain an increased accuracy on your next weapon attack. Large shields. Taking careful position behind the large shield significantly reduces incoming range damage as well as damage from attacks that target reflex. While active, you are unable to move. Okay, good to know. Fight in a close quarter style, using your blade to penetrate armor more effectively. Trade recovery time for penetration. Aiming for vital points. Fighting this way increases accuracy at the cost of recovery. Focus your attacks on the target's footing, dealing less damage but lowering reflex on hit. Axe wielders takes brutal swings to dig deep into the target. The attacks are slower but cause bleeding wounds on hit. I think as a ranged weapon, we'll give him a ranged weapon alternative. So the arquebus is probably going to be for him as well. For right now, at least. And Jyoti. We'll keep pumping her alchemy stat and her religion. We've got access to level 2 abilities. She is using her lantern, so we could grab that as well. She did get withdrawal, which does help with healing, but it also prevents that. Repulsing seal just knocks people prone, which is not the worst. Does function as an interrupt as well. You could give her poisons then to give more damage potential. Yeah, I mean, it's possible, but... Oh, you mean through the alchemy. I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's something to keep in mind. Creates a slow-moving, energetic projection of the priest's faith, returning health to allies and inflicting freeze damage on enemies. That's not the worst, honestly. That is a friendly... It provides the Resolute, which gives +5 resolve and periodically gain concentration. Spiritual weapon she doesn't really need. She has a decent weapon. I can't help but notice that they got rid of most of the healing abilities. Consecrated Ground, 5 health restored per 3 seconds. Divine Mark, that one's still a good one because it reduces their deflection. That's still a good debuff. That's still an amazing... Yeah, +5 perception. 50% of grazes converted to hits. Because they were mostly unnecessary. Says you... Smart inspiration, so that's, yep, +5 to intellect. Yeah, we get a lot of good buffs at level 3. Or at the 3rd tier. What does the spell she get with that? Vile Thorns. Sicken, which is -5 constitution and 25% less healing. Not bad. They were unnecessary. They all did the same thing. No point in having 7 versions of the same spell. I mean, on the one hand, yes. On the other, not having any healing spells does still feel a little wonky. That's just a me thing. Oh, that's interesting. You still have healing, just another version of it. Yeah, I know. Just deciding whether I should grab spells or whether I should try to improve her. Insightful. It's perception. I think Ionic Projection might be best. We deal a little bit of damage. You can restore health. It has a AoE, yeah, slow-moving energetic projection. So it can hit multiple targets, which is still good. Yeah, we're going to go with that. Oh, she's actually... Okay, she actually has crossbow proficiency. Interesting. Got Hatchet, which I guess means we'll continue the... We'll continue the trend for her, and we'll give her axes, because that's kind of related to that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, perception boosts accuracy and reflex. That was what I was remembering. He's actually got good action speed. That's good, too.
Well, don't see why not. What do you need?
Okay, so I do believe that's everything we can do here now. We just need to make our way to the dig site. Oh. You? Oh. For a second, I thought you were somebody coming up to talk to me. Okay. Make our way out of the city. And that puts us back on the world map, right? There we go. Okay, dig site's over there. It does appear to be more... Oh... What's this? Burial site. Okay. We'll hold off on exploring for a little bit. The Upoho Wado Woods. I mean, it's on the way there. We may as well... Ooh. Alright. Let me take a drink. Thick woodlands spread to the east of Port Mage, slowing your travel. Birds flitter above you and insects drone incessantly, the path eventually giving way to a game trail, and then to no path at all. You find a curiously marked tree, the bark gouged away in a pattern. The striations seem to run upward from right to left, just shy of vertical. Survival and perception, examine markings. Adair's got the best skill for that. Adair examines the gashes in the wood, then plucks a tuft of hair from the side of the tree. Wild boar did this. Adair taps the tree. Take a look at this. A sigil has been lightly carved into the wood, so faint as to be almost imperceptible. You press carefully into the forest, your clothes damp with humidity and the water dripping from the trees above. Boy, wish we had Haravius with us right now. Quiet rustling in the underbrush draws your attention northward, deeper into the forest. Nope, we failed that. You duck down in the undergrowth, only to knock loose a log that has been leaned upon a tree. You watch helplessly as it falls over, dragging behind it a vine wrapped around a dead branch, the dead foliage crashing loudly to the ground. The sound approaches, and a tall Amawa figure appears through the vegetation. Matted red hair frames his head, while boarhide drape his form. Stranger still, several wild boar attend him, their hackles up as they snort at you. Oh, hi. Oh god, please tell me it's not a druid. I don't have good memories of druids. Adair perks up at the sight of the boars, alternatively imitating their grunts and chuckling. Only at length in what appears to be a heel-dragging afterthought does his attention at last turn to the strange man in their midst. Adair literally distracted by any cute animal. Dirt darkens the folds of the man's skin, and his lips curl over jagged teeth. He waves the stick at you. His attention focuses on your features, his eyes flickering across your armaments and dress.
You lived among these islands once. I see it on your spirit.
His Adiran is halting, the language thick in his mouth, and his lip curls.
Yet you stink of foreign gold, of masonry, gunpowder, and blood, of death. You should go. Leave this place before your corruption spreads.
I mean no harm. Would it be alright if we just talked?
Said as if a word never hurts a person.
On the one hand, you're right. On the other, I'm being sincere.
You go. Speak quickly then. Your words disturb this place.
What are you doing out here with all of these boars?
Learning. The boar teach much about survival if one listens, if one watches. So sing. So say those who know.
Those who know? Who would that be?
This question helps neither of us, I say.
Religion. It sounds as if you're speaking of Galloway.
Always you foreign sorts speak of your changing god. I say you know nothing of change, and less of the hunt.
Now I really wish Haravius was here. Maybe he'd be able to translate this. I was merely looking to pass through this area.
No, your sort always want. This forest is not yours. This land is not yours. Go, leave.
I am attempting to trail and hunt a god living in an Adra flesh. If I fail, the islands here will not be spared his wrath. The man frowns, then pulls a leather-wrapped pouch from within his belongings. Hands shaking, he hands them to you. Oh. +1 intellect, +1 history, +1 insight. Oh.
Then go, take this. They protect you if you speak true. They tear out your throat if no.
He dismisses you with a wave. Alright, so I'm guessing we can't explore... Okay, well, it's not letting me leave that way, so... Now you just leave? Okay. I mean, I will. Just give me a second. Oh. That's... the +1 intellect, though. That's really good. Necklace is crafted from the teeth of an Amawa sage. Some of the more superstitious tribes believe that a people's learned wisdom is held not in the mind or the heart, but their teeth. Oh. Put it on Jyoti. Yeah, she doesn't have anything. That sounds like a good idea.
Pamper me too much and I'll grow to
Yeah,
like
of course.
Alright, so we're just gonna leave? Yep. Okay. Bye-bye. Sayonara. See you later. Alright. Let's go check out this old battleground. Wasn't always easy to judge who fought or why, but what belongings the dead leave behind is a legacy that anyone can claim. You find a field strewn with ancient corpses, the site of a battle that happened long ago. There might yet be something salvageable from amongst the location. You find a weapon in better shape than you would have expected. Oh, okay. Keep searching. You continue to poke about the area, find nothing of value. Keep searching. Ah, you find some armor that's still in remarkably good condition. Keep searching. Find, 5 spark crackers, undetonated explosives near a derelict supply cart. Scroll of binding web. Find a bundle of unused scrolls bearing arcane runes and incantations. You've wandered the length of this battlefield. There's nothing left of value. Oh, it's sweet. I knew we would be rewarded if we kept looking. Oh, okay. Oh, shit. I think we can fucking see the fucking footprints. Holy crap. Oh, boy. Yeah, that doesn't bode well for anybody. There's something to the south. We'll take a look in a bit. The trail before you seems thoroughly disturbed by erratic tracks. The sparse plants to the immediate side of the path are roughly mangled. A struggle seems to have occurred here. Search the area. A dry and ropey vine has been pulled taut across the path and inexpertly covered in dirt. Beyond, a group of robed figures cringes and cower at a nearby riverbed. Each is frozen in place, ashen and gray, like statues crafted of soot. Oh no, I think I know what... Yeah, I'll disarm the trap. Ooh, explosive crowd trap. Okay. Search for the Zarabs. You hear a series of quiet chirps and growls ahead, and make out the movement of small forms through the undergrowth. Sneak closer to observe. A handful of Zarabs hiss and snap at one another, shaking their spears in their scaled fists. They stand over the apparent source of their argument, a small pile of loot, likely stolen from other travelers. Scatter them with magic, ambush and attack. Ooh. Ciphers stoke their anger. You reach out with your thoughts and brush the simple, chaotic minds of the Wilder. As if blowing on an ember, you encourage their anger towards one another. Their hissing growls grow more heated, and they begin to jab at one another. Finally, 2 of them leap upon a third who scrambles away and into the undergrowth. The Zarabs give chase, crashing after them. With the Zarabs gone, you collect what they left behind. A few coins, a tattered cloak, and an old stiletto. Nice. Copper pyre, you've gained a cape and a stiletto. Very nice. You find Dawnstars in the footprints? Sniffing. Yeah, this is where it came ashore. Oh. Solitary rice farm. He sells rice, tar loaf, simple flatbread made from rice. Often serves as both plate and utensil for other dishes, but is quite satisfying by itself. And rice wine. Homemade wine made from fermented rice. A thick, sweet beverage is often referred to as the farmer's drink, as it is ubiquitous with the rural rice fields of the Deadfire. Nice. Ooh, discount on items, 50%. I wonder if maybe... Well, that doesn't do much, but we can always buy it as part of our provisions. Let's go ahead and grab some of that. And as for the rice wine, we'll also grab some of that for the crew. I mean, if they're going to offer it at 10% off, why not? Or 50% off, why not? There we go. We barely spent any money. And we can even... let's see here. We don't need the great sword. We don't need the stiletto. We don't need the mail armor. We don't need the cape or that. We don't need the trap. There we go. Barely spent any money, and now we've actually got some provisions for shit. Isn't that nice? Nope, that's as far as we go. We can't get out there. Let's keep moving this way. Ooh, okay. Within Digside, Port Mage, Valaria's Rest. Okay, okay. Let's head this way. Hold on, let's swing south first. Ooh. Oh dear. What is this? Well, must be an old pirate camp. We found a whole bunch of ale. Oh boy. Here we go again, diving into Engwithan ruins. I'm sure this isn't going to go bad. I'm sure we'll be just fine. We're going to get here, and everything will be fine. Does ale go bad? I mean, oh, yeah, that's what I thought. It sucked their souls out. I fucking knew it. Oh, God, that means the fucking statue is essentially a giant walking version of the Ingwithan machines that we ran into in fucking Deerwood. Oh, fuck.
Watch your weight.
Oh. Jyoti bends double, hands resting briefly on her knees before she wipes sweat from her brow, huffing to catch her breath. She glances at you with a bright smile. You've gained a golden swole.
If you'll spare me a minute, I'd like to perform a last rite for these poorly departed souls.
She reaches for the lantern on her hip. Please do.
Please, Watcher. Without my guidance, they might have a hard time finding the light.
Jyoti, I don't know how to put it this way, but there are no departed souls here.
What do you mean? Just look at all these corpses.
He waves a hand around as if that explains everything. These people had their souls sucked out by Aothas. These corpses are just empty husks.
Is that why they're so ashy?
Oh, cool. Intellect and metaphysics. Exactly. Aothas seems to be causing a Beowick as they pass through.
So it's not just symbolism in my dreams. I saw my god walking through storms. Didn't know he created them.
Spectral throat. God damn it. No, we're not giving Aothas that title, Tenwin.
While I do thank you for shielding my pride, Watcher, I figure it's better to be safe than sorry. So if you don't mind, I'll just do a calling real quick.
That's fine, Jyoti.
Mighty kind of you.
She grins happily. With 2 intense strides forward, she unsheaths her sickle and lantern, fluidly swinging each in a series of well-practiced movements. Chanting, whirling, weapons slicing through the air, Jyoti's voice lilts and falls in an invocation, a summons to any of the departed lingering
This
in
here's
the air.
a final call for all souls. Last stop for the lost. Gather round now, I'll cut you loose and haul you into the light.
Just when I think she was being serious, and then she does stuff like that. Phantasmal gurgler. No! Stop it, Tenwin! Stop sexualizing the giant 200-foot-tall Adra statue. Swinging the lantern faster and faster, Jyoti plants her thighs wide and then thrusts her arms up high over her head. The lantern rattles in her grip, and the light from within flares blindingly bright. In the silence of your held breath, it almost seems like a soul should sift up from within one of the corpses, hovering in the air before siphoning into the lantern's fading brilliance. But the ashen bodies are bereft of souls, so in the end, Jyoti's light fades without acquiring anything. A chiseled ass. Yes, it's literally a chiseled ass. It was literally cut with chisels. No good.
Well, I had to try.
Her triumphant smile ebbs from her face, leaving her expression as drab as the mud smudged on her
It's
cheek.
my honored duty to reap and shepherd departed souls during their journey to being reborn. With Aothas dead, me and the other reapers gotta gather as many souls as we can.
I appreciate your enthusiasm, Jyoti, but really, the best thing we can do is stop the giant statue from genociding every settlement it comes
We'll
across.
keep him safe until Gon returns to Hell and can take him into his divine embrace.
What do you mean?
I'm keeping lost souls. And here.
She taps the middle frame of the
And
lantern.
that's all I care to say for now. Let's go.
Yeah, you know, now that I think about it, I haven't even questioned that. I just assumed that her lantern was partially magical, but it has actually been consuming partial souls, so... definitely something more is going on with her, and we need to find out what. Well, there's some money. Rati root. Another dead body. Yep, thanks for the money. Sorry. We'll gather up the ingredients. Thank you kindly. Oh boy, they are all dead. Everybody's dead. Everybody. Which means that one merchant dude's wife is probably dead too. Fuck. I mean, I suppose it's possible someone might have gotten underground inside the Ingwithan ruins and survived. Oh, hardtack. Nobody wants to eat hardtack. Clank, clank. Oh. Oh, great. Wild animals. Isn't that great? Fucking A.
Looks like trouble. Yes? Yes?
Trouble.
Of course.
Let's see what we can do here. What have we got? 2 worms, 2 wild boars. head down this way, see if we can find anything else. Give me a second. Oh, there's more worms. God damn. Okay, this area is actually fairly large. Let's take the grains. Ada, you mind breaking open those barrels for me? Why aren't you looting the corpses? A lot of them you can't touch. Like they don't do anything. All of them can be looted. They're not showing up that way.
What do you need?
Oh god, did I just put it in his inventory? No. Yes, you can. Oh, wait, they're not lighting up though. That's strange. Okay, so the game's breaking its own rules. Things that aren't lit up can be selected. That's weird. I don't like it when games do that, because then it makes me paranoid that I've missed God knows what. I really don't like it when games do that. Don't break your own rules like that, game. I do not like it.
Dim in the lantern.
Okay, let's focus on this combat encounter here.
Hey, hold on.
Whoa, look.
Yeah. I know, Adair.
Yeah?
I know.
What do you need? Here we go.
Yo.
Charge.
Switch to that. Spells, do you... Is that per... Hold on. Is that per rest? Per encounter. Okay. Okay, then she's actually... Wow, per encounter. Okay, that only works on around the caster. You rush up and try to deal some damage to him. Oh, okay. Adir's... Never mind. Hold on. Heal Adir. Heal Adir. Yo. Let's go ahead and paralyze. Hey, Adir, what are you doing? Kill the fucking boar! I'll deal with this one. Go help her with the worms. Thank you. Okay. Got plenty of focus. Let's go ahead and immobilize the worms. There we go. Did that actually work? No, it did not. Oh well. It still did enough, though. Yeah, there we go. We took a little bit of injury. We're fine. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Let's go ahead and grab those wings. Some pork. Ooh. Very nice. Okay, so there's a way down there. You can use 3 spells with Jyoti per encounter. Okay. Pistol, Scroll of Minor Healing, a Bronze Hawn. So honestly, unless a fight is really long, you can just throw out spells willy-nilly. Okay. But by making it so that every class has some kind of mechanic like that, they've actually kind of tried to bring martial characters in line with magical characters. We'll see how well that works by the end of the game, but at the very least, it's an attempt to try and solve the infamous linear warriors quadratic wizards problem that every single RPG in existence has always suffered from. The Hans is an odd-looking half-coin created from a bronze oa by simply breaking it in half along the groove in the casting. The Han was created during a period of Rauatai history when the Naranga Nui did not want to create any more currencies. Instead, he had the Royal Mint modify the existing dies to include a depression in the casting. Oh, interesting. Weathered journal page. Also, they can ramp up fights significantly? Yes. Whatever Odorisi did to that last batch, it's working. We're seeing much higher concentrations of essence in the harvested Adra. I only wish he'd let the rest of us in on his methods. One of our Huana workers got the jolt of his life transporting one of the crates, and that's on top of the one that got blinded last week. All Odorisi has to say for himself is that they were careless. I'm the one paying these islanders' families out of my pocket. At this rate, I'm going to be the one idiot who comes out of this whole enterprise with less money than I started. Okay, hold on, let's... Okay, okay, this whole area is... Okay. This is actually a fairly large area with multiple subzones. As you are expected to be able to throw out everything every fight without needing to rest. Yes, so it actually provides more it releases some of the strategic depth in order to really free up the tactical depth of individual fights.
Happy to oblige. Sure thing.
Also, this is the first real look we've had at an Ingwithan statue that wasn't one of the Wodaka ones. Interesting. It does line up with how their animats looked. And the shield even kind of bears a resemblance to the shields we found in the Deerwood sites, which would be understandable. Interesting. Warning, extreme danger inside. By order of Odorisi, the training hall is off limits to exploration. Well, we'll check that out later then. A cat! We have a cat! +1 perception grants pet party-wide effect. You receive a bonus to perception and enemy weapon attacks are less likely to crit you. Ooh. Sorry, Cosmo. You can hang out in my inventory, but we're taking the cat right now. The real name for Kairos' empire. I was thinking that it's actually kind of interesting that, like, I don't know, that it's kind of weird that Obsidian just made these supposedly two completely unrelated CRPGs. And I can't help but notice that in Tyranny, there wasn't really any talk of religion, almost as if gods weren't really a thing back then. Kind of interesting there a little bit.
All right.
Warning, you can't put all of your pets in the inventory. There are too many. That sounds like a challenge, Tenwin. It sounds like you don't want me filling my entire inventory with pets, and you know that's not how I roll. We will bring every pet. Every pet will follow us. Every single one. Yep, okay, that's another entryway into there. There's some more lockpicks. Whoever was here left in the middle of drinking their tea. Palm salt. Slats. Palm slats. Another note. Ferris, take this coin out to the Hawana village and see if you can round up anyone willing to do a week's digging for pay. Try the low caste types first. The Roparu, they're used to hard work and they don't ask more for their more than their share. The lowest class of Hawana society, the Roparu are designated to work unskilled laborers and to starve in times of scarcity. Oh boy, okay, so they're not pulling their punches. The tribals are a full-blown caste system, including the we will let the lower caste die if need be. Their status is a function of survival in the often unforgiving Deadfire and not a moral judgment. The Roparu are destined to be reborn into the Kurao or Mataru class in their next lives. Okay, yeah, we're going full-blown reincarnation caste system here. Oh boy, I can't wait to... Oh boy, we knew the Valians were going to give us man-made horrors. Now the Islanders can too. Yeah, or so the Mataru claim anyway. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Nothing else over here. We can get up there. We did manage to get over here. Yes. Oh, yeah. See, like, that is exactly what their Animats armor looked like. So this is definitely, like, I mean, we know the Ingwithans are Ingwithans, but still, it's interesting to see the commonality despite us essentially being on the other side of the planet.
I'll handle this.
Ready to...
Oh, shit.
Onward.
Oh, okay. Take a shot. Gabe, you gonna open fire? There we go. Oh, that's not good. We need to get over there and help her. Give me that. Paralyzed and immobilized. Come on. Go ahead and heal yourself. What are you doing? Just heal yourself. Stop moving and heal yourself.
Charge.
There we go. Now we're going to go ahead and paralyze you. So did that? Yes, paralyzed. There we go. Now attack. Thanks for the heal. Don't worry, I got you. I got you covered. Ader, you're having real trouble over there with one guy. Thank you.
Glory be to God.
Come on. Kill them before they kill... What the hell was that? There we go. You press on the area behind the portrait instead of her. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, I see, because there's a gap between the portrait and the fucking... Okay, that's a little bit problematic as far as design goes, but we'll work around it. Oh. One second. I think one of my neighbors is knocking on something on their wall because I swore I heard something knocking against the wall. Threw me for a loop there for a second.
That'll teach you.
I'm here.
Switch back to the pistol.
Hey.
Oh, Tarloaf, hardtack. We'll take that. The AI uses spells on their own, which I'm actually kind of fine with. The Tyranny AI did that too, and it largely worked. Ooh, the generator occasionally vibrates wildly. You can faintly hear the sound of metal grinding on metal from somewhere inside the machinery. Oh, several men and women appear to be locked inside a cage of some kind. They're little more than silhouettes behind the glass, pointing and gesturing excitedly.
Are the beasts gone?
Oh, holy shit, survivors. With few exceptions, the only people that are explicitly reborn in the same place as the Glamfelin, the Pale Elves, everyone else is mostly random. So the claim that they'll be reborn as Mataro or Kuaro is bullshit. Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if we'll get to call them out on that because of a high metaphysics skill check. Oh, yeah. Bareth does not give a shit about your cultural practices. Bareth just sends your soul where he thinks it needs to go, and where he thinks it needs to go is largely just anywhere but here. I just say, I've got a friend who had to track the soul of one of her ancestors across half the world for 5 years who can give you the whole rundown on this. We can go track her down. One woman opens up the door, hands pressed against the glass. I took care of the creatures. The woman turns away to have a muffled exchange with the others. Then she pulls at something by the door and you hear a rattling clank. Did they manage to shield themselves inside this thing?
Perfetto. We are saved.
That is a face that I do not trust. Like, just looking at that face, I don't trust it. A youngish man with bright eyes and a twitching smile claps his hands in joy as he steps out of the cage. The woman next to him, however, remains sober.
Me and the Watcher? We're always happy to help.
She beams at you, eyes filled with pride.
Governor Clario must have sent you to rescue us, no? But you do not look like one of his guards.
She rises onto the balls of her feet and peers behind you, as if searching for someone else. She looks to be only midway into her 30s, though the serious set of her mouth makes her seem older. Officially, Clario sent me here to find Oderisi, or his notes. An older woman hawks an impressive gob of phlegm onto the ground and kicks a clump of dirt over it.
I told you the governor does not care about us. This is all about profit. For him, the rest of the Valian.
Caloste!
Alien command for silence. Oh. She silences the others with a sharp look. She turns back to you with a resigned breath.
You are here, and that is what matters.
What were you all doing?
Hiding, of course.
The corners of the man's mouth spasm. The cranky old woman next to him sighs and laid a comforting hand on his
We
arm.
were taking measurements of the luminous Adra when something strange began happening.
Fascinating. The pillar started to dim, the ground shook, and our instruments showed unusual variations.
He licks his lips.
That's when those of us with a grain of sense got into the cage.
She glares at the excitable young man, but he doesn't seem to notice. The cage.
Something we made to protect ourselves from surges in the luminous Adra. Those have not been a problem, but I am grateful today for unnecessary precautions.
What happened next?
The Colossus. Some kind of construct made from luminous Adra. It passed through the arena toward the pillar.
Faraday cage? Yes, but for soul energy rather than electricity. Vanessa closes her
Moments
eyes.
later, the pillar went dark, and all of our colleagues outside the cage froze. Like they turned to ash.
I mean, they did. She goes quiet, her hands clasped in front of her. The young man leans forward, his eyes wide in a perverse kind of excitement.
That is when the panthers and worms showed up. Started going through the tents. It was awful, but Engfirth...
Vanessa shoots him a furious look and he falls silent, a confused and slightly injured expression crinkling his
Some
face.
of our people are still missing in the ruins, including Oderisi, our lead researcher. It is possible he managed to hide.
Her furrowed brow, however, suggests otherwise. Nonetheless, I'll help however I can.
Most of the ruins are that way, through the door next to the ramp.
She points to a dark entrance in the eastern wall of the
If
arena.
you're going below, you should take Engfirth with you.
She turns and motions someone in front of the group.
He looks just like...
Ader cuts himself off for reasons not yet apparent, his jaw hanging slack. Hey, it's ya boy! A sharp-featured elf comes to the fore. As he meets your eyes, he gives you a knowing nod. He's earned a few new scars, but you recognize Aloth Corficer all the same. He taps a finger to his lips, a sly smile working its way across them.
knows a great many spells. At first, he even cast fire to chase away the panthers.
Engfirth. We've had this conversation before, my dude. Why are you lying to people out the ass again?
Until the flames nearly caught one of the tents.
Regardless, I'm glad you're all safe.
Agrasima, I do not expect the ruins will be any safer. Many of our people remained behind, which has surely attracted more wildlife. It would be prudent to take help, as long as Engfirth is willing to go.
She looks quickly to massive air quotes Engfirth. He nods.
I would be happy to assist.
He holds your gaze with wide, expected eyes. No, he do. Okay. Oh, what else can you tell me about this Engfirth?
I don't think that's real.
He has only been with us a few weeks. He is inexperienced, but he came with a glowing recommendation from an academy in Selona.
No. I want to hear this. Because we've had this conversation before, Engfirth. Why are you lying to people?
That is surely a generous overstatement.
I'm going to keep doing this. Air quotes. Engfirth chuckles uncomfortably and gives you a meaningful look. A glowing recommendation, you
Surely
say?
we don't have time for...
A pupil of unnatural talent is the phrase I recall.
God damn it. Did you fucking doctor your own paperwork, you fucking idiot?
It seems he was loved and regarded by almost all his instructors, though misunderstood, I gathered, by his fellow students.
I cannot imagine why.
Oh, one of them is up on his bullshit. The old Animancer rolls her eyes.
This helpful stranger surely has more important things to worry about.
The tips of Aloth's ears are bright red, and he glares at you. Oh, that is truly impressive, especially since he doesn't sound Valiant.
That's quite a...
Students come from all over the world to study animancy in the republics, especially since it is still forbidden in places like Adir.
But Engfirth's story is especially sad.
Oh my god.
He was only a boy when both his parents died in a fire.
He really went all out on this story.
He came to the Deerwood and lived at the manor of a wealthy older uncle until he also died. In a fire.
If that's all, then perhaps we should be off.
Wait, why is that? Oh no, that's just gonna give me the option with the that is all stuff, so there's no point. I will gladly accept that help. He gives you a quick smile. The wealthier older uncle is you.
Be careful.
Yeah, because I noticed that because she didn't say from the Deadfire Archipelago, so that must have been a part that was related to our backstory. Don't worry, Engfirth. We'll talk more once we get in the ruins.
I shall try.
Yeah, I'm sure you will,
Thank you
buddy.
for your discretion. I'm certain you have many questions, but I fear they must wait until we're off this island.
He casts a regretful glance back at Vanessa and the Animant. Yeah, no, I don't like all of the clever responses because it doesn't fit my character, but this one, for Aloth, definitely. A wealthy old uncle. Really?
It seemed like a convenient story. Besides, you do have the oldest soul of anyone I know.
Okay, you're technically correct, Aloth. Technically. And I see you've made new friends. Animancers, no less.
I shall miss their company, though this only confirms that animancy is a hazardous pursuit at best.
Oh, don't worry. The thing that's killing everybody now has nothing to do with animancy. The gods are after us again. Oh boy. Here we go again. At least tell me what you've been doing here.
That's a rather long story. The short version, for now, is that I'm gathering information on local animancy operations.
He looks you up and down. I mean, to be fair, Aloth has always stood by his beliefs that animancy needs to be regulated. The only thing we managed to convince him in the previous game is that maybe that regulation shouldn't be at the hands of a secret occult society trying to quite literally end civilization if it means protecting the ancient secret of the gods. So, you know, him traveling around and keeping an eye on animancers to make sure they're on the up and up, I actually trust him to do that. You know, as long as we avoid the whole Leaden Key, Wodaka bullshit.
But I could ask you the same.
The gods are up to something again, and I need to understand what.
Well, there's never a dull moment with you.
That's an understatement, and you know it. He raises an
We can
eyebrow.
speak more freely once we're away from Port Mage. For now, let us find Odorisi.
Yay! Ooh. Okay, so what does he get in the last two areas? Increases the maximum number of times the power can be used before resting. Increase your power level, increasing the effectiveness for all abilities. Oh, what is that? Temporal. Oh, okay. So okay. I see how they've laid this out. So each grimoire, as you said, Tenwin, has preset spells, but you can also select spells that they'll have access to at all times. Interesting. This also means that doing... Oh, okay. So I see the real differentiation here. If you go pure wizard, you will have the absolute maximum customization of your spellbook because you'll be able to put all of your abilities into predefined spells that you can choose. But it also means you could go full multi-class in order to rely more on your grimoire, and that would free up a lot of space to get your fighter or rogue abilities and other things. Interesting. Wizards now come with a subclass, which will empower certain keywords, but completely deactivate other keywords. The classic second and third edition wizard from D&D, essentially. So one subclass can't use a certain keyword of spells. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm surprised he doesn't get that option. Or is that something that he already has? This is another one where I feel like, I don't know, Petrification, Minoletta's Missile Salvo, Wall of Many Colors, Temporal Cocoon, Paralyzed and Untargetable. He has no subclass. Okay, I guess that kind of makes sense. Aloth is meant to be your jack-of-all-trades wizard, so it makes sense he doesn't have a subclass. Call to Slumber, Form of the Helpless Beast, Meteor Strike, Delayed Fireball, Final Tier bottom left. Yeah, burn damage for 1 second per 4 seconds on an 8-second duration. Okay. I guess it's just a spell shaping, increased penetration with the different elements, concentration, increases character's will defense, reflex defense, fortitude. You can make him a battle mage and have him smack people with magic. I will admit, I'm kind of tempted. We really went all out on his just kind of general purpose last time. But if we do this, we could go with Melee Wizard. Because there were a lot of melee and touch spells that we just didn't use. But here's the thing, though. Technically, you don't even have to go fighter in order to do that. Like, we could go pure wizard and just double down on having access to all the spells and still do melee. There are unique grimoires. Unique grimoires don't have unique enchantments, but plenty of them have unique spells not found in any other grimoire. Okay. You multi-class companions, their stats and skills change. Oh, okay. Like, I'm trying to remember. That steals... Like, I'm trying to remember where some of the... Yeah, there's like this one. Strong, fit, and quick for 30 seconds. So he gets +5 to might, +5 to constitution, +5 to dexterity. Gains 20 deflection, 20 accuracy, and 1 enemy's engaged. And your spell casting is disabled for 30 seconds, but it allows you to turn your wizard into a melee character. Battle Mage does get better melee stats. Though in truth, given his reputation, Spellblade would actually make more sense for him. But we really don't need another rogue. He'd also probably be really squishy if we chose that one. Interesting. He gets defensive roll right from the get-go. I'm not sure. Arcane Veil plus 50 deflection against non-veil piercing attacks, which is basically anything that isn't a magic spell or a gun. Has no effect on attacks made from firearms or veil piercing effects. Yep. But it lasts for 12 seconds. Ugh. See, that's the other thing, because I'll bet you his intelligence is the highest if we just go pure wizard. And unfortunately, intelligence is so fucking good for both buffs and debuffs. Because it increases both AoE and duration. Expose vulnerabilities. Oh, that's an AoE debuff now. Oh, okay, that's nice. Also, the final tier has the ultimate magic defense. Arcane Cleanse. Ooh. Strips all beneficial effects on those in the area of effect. That's nice. Consulhat's Corrosive Skin. Lengrath's Reflection. 100% chance to reflect against spells for 60 seconds. Creates a field of arcane energy around the caster, reflecting hostile targeted spells back at their caster for a total of 50 spell levels. Summons a swirling cloak of black energy around the wizard. The cloak will banish the wizard's melee attackers, imprisoning them in darkness where they cannot take action and receive rapid raw damage. One of which is a wizard, and Lengrath's Reflection is incredibly fun against him. I am very tempted. Here's the thing. I will go pure wizard for Aloth, but we are going to definitively work to make him a melee wizard. We're going to actually turn it into... We want him to be using buffs. We want him to be using debuffs. And we want to limit the amount of direct damage we do. We will still have the occasional direct damage, but we're going to really focus in. Look at his stats first, just in case. It doesn't let me. The game doesn't let me. Like, I can't do anything about that, Tenwood. It's not going to let me look at his stats. Otherwise, make him, when you select, make him a control wizard. I mean, either way, he'll still be useful. I just think it would be a nice shakeup for him. Yeah, so we've got Aloth's Grimoire. It's got all the spells built into it. He starts with his leather armor. Has been enchanted to enhance his spellcasting abilities, plus 15% area. Ooh, Overseeing got a buff. It went from 10% to 15. Ooh, that's nice. Just make the judgment with stats in mind. I know. I mean, his main thing is his constitution's only at 10, but his dexterity is solid for his action speed. His perception gives him a solid reflex save. His intellect gives him a great will save. His only real problem is that his constitution and resolve is low. His might is also low as heck. It's not that bad. Plus, let's be fair, the whole point of doing that would be to make use of spells that increase his ability to do that. Oh, Keybreaker's Scepter. Oh. When the dust settled in sun and shadow, Aloth looked upon the remains of Theos Ixarchanan, his former master. He saw where the Grandmaster had gone wrong and what would be required to undo the harm Theos had wrought. With a flick of his wrist, he burned Theos' robes, headdress, and every other symbol of the man's power. Never again, he vowed, should Kith live in fear and blind obedience to an authority they did not understand. Armed with the knowledge and courage he had gained on his journey with the Watcher, he set out on the long and lonely task of dismantling the Leaden Key. To that end, he crafted this iron scepter with which he would combat the agents of ignorance and fear. Oh, that's pretty cool. I think Jody has more might. Summary. 12. And nope, they have exactly the same might. She has slightly higher constitution and more resolve is the main thing. Her base is actually not much higher than his, but she gets the +1 from human and +1 from being from Raid Saris. What can we do with your equipment, my friend? He has the Grimoire here. Yep, Grimoire/Trinket, only usable by wizard. Oh, that's also interesting. So if you go hard on selecting spells, you can also drop the Grimoire in favor of a Trinket and just rely on the spells he knows naturally. So if you meet him here, he'll have Theos' hat. That sounds like a bad idea, but it does also sound hilarious. Trinkets are more of a DLC thing. They weren't in the base game. Oh, okay. Well, still, it's still an interesting idea. Okay, we need to reorient here. Let's go ahead and do our classic T-shaped formation. There we go. The Theos hat actually has a nice aura buff. Oh, interesting. Oh, it also occurred to me, we did not look at... does not like irresponsibility. Finds it distasteful when others do not take their duties seriously or attempt to evade their rightful responsibilities. Is wary of traditionalism for its own sake and distrusts those who adhere rigidly to old habits and rituals. He's put off by people who proclaim their own merits in defiance of all decorum and decency. He admires duty and those who do not shirk from the task presented to them. And autonomy. Believes kids should have the freedom to determine their own futures and appreciates efforts on the principle. I imagine that these two could be switched around depending on what you said to him in the previous game. Authority +1 intellect grants mantle of authority. Conspirator. Oh, yeah, that's pretty nice. Okay, so there's the arena sublevel over here, which is the one they want us to check out first. Then there's the Luminous Audra Pool and the Ancient Training Hall. Foreman's Quarters. Aeloth's Footprint. Alright, we're going to continue into the arena sublevel. Aloth is a romance option for those that want that. Well, I am not interested in Aloth as a romantic companion, so... Ooh, more statues. Let all champions pay homage to Ixandros, for without him there would be no glory. Copper bowl has tarnished into a dull blue-green patina. Grime and dust coat the surface in a thin film. Examine the bowl. At the bottom of the bowl is a shallow circular depression. You recognize it as an offering bowl, an artifact found in many Engwithan ruins. It would have been intended for use only by Engwithans who held high rank or had made some great achievement. In an arena such as this, a champion might fulfill that role. Openings in the upper levels first? Oh, okay. Fair enough. I just assumed since they pointed us in this direction, that was where they wanted us to go first. Also, there's another body. Did we miss any of those? I don't think we... Oh, there's another one by the water. Oh, now they're highlighting. Game. We'll hit the Foreman's Quarters first. I can't imagine this area is very big. Yeah. Yeah, those are exactly the same as the ones we found in the Deerwood. They're just inanimate rather than moving. Oh.
Harvest is here.
Onward.
Oh, woke up. You dive. There we go. That gets us enough for this, which then we can paralyze. Very nice. Perfect. See, that's how a combat encounter should go. Switch back to our thing there. We've got some chitinous legs. The bristled leg twitches sporadically as if it does not yet know that it has been severed from its source. Got some pyrites, river reeds.
It's done.
Potion of minor healings, golden coins. Okay, so hold on. Something is going on with my monitor. What the hell? Stop that. The fuck? My second monitor is flickering for some reason. Hold on. We good now? There we go. Okay. Fucking A. There we go. Small Audra disc was apparently worn as a medallion. One side of the disc depicts a figure with its arm raised triumphantly above its head, a blade in one hand and a shield in the other. The other side of the disc has been worn smooth with time and is unreadable. Oh. Azada Nui shells come from snails up to 3 times the size of the common Azada. Relatively rare, the Azata Nui commands a higher price in trade. One of the workers dug up this old Adra medallion in the sub-level yesterday. I doubt Odorisi would be interested in it. Besides, it looks like it's worth something. Might be nice to surprise the crew with a bonus. Okay. Alright, so that probably unlocks the offering bowl downstairs. AI settings are actually quite good. It was actually a complaint that the AI tools were a bit too good. It made basic combat a bit boring, because you could set it up so you didn't have to do anything. I mean, if you're willing to take the time and effort to invest in setting it up so that you don't have to do anything, then, quite frankly, then basic combat should be easy, because you've essentially set up your team in such a way that they should be able to handle it. Me, I play CRPGs for the world building, so I don't want the combat to be trivial, but I also don't want the combat to be something that I have to micromanage every 5 fucking seconds. Oh, why did you... No, switch to your melee weapon. Switch to your melee weapon. Bang and bang. And switch to the sword. And we're going to go ahead and immobilize. Adair, please get in there and attack. Oh, he's immune. Immune to... Oh, okay, immune to mine effects. Okay, good to know. There we go. Nice. We got some experience. Ooh, 26% complete. Nice. We've got everybody down here. We've got a good reputation on all of these. Very nice.
Yes.
Good disposition, I should say, not reputation. Claws, leathery wings. Horn. Okay. It also has a negative side. It occasionally happens that the AI overrides your commands, not with what spells they're using. An example of the last earlier was that when you started using a position, the character would start the drinking animation before it finished. The AI would kick in too fast, causing it to interrupt the potion, making it impossible to drink potion in combat. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see how that would be annoying. Ooh, luminous Adra dust. Interesting. Is there really nothing else down here? Yeah, there's nothing else down here. Okay. Guess now we'll try the training hall. See what's in here. Especially for luminous Adra potions. Bet.
Let's see
Oh,
what we found. I'll handle this.
I got it. There we go.
Looks like
Oh.
trouble. Nice and quiet.
Let me spot that trap. I can... There we go. There we go. I love you can see them on the ground before you actually detect them.
I'll take care of this.
Very nice. Thank you for the experience points. Never say no to free experience points.
I'm here.
All right.
Certainly.
Oh, you can switch back to that, Adair. Don't worry.
That double.
Really, did we not inflict any damage? Oh, immune. Oh, shit. Right. They're immune to piercing damage. Fuck. Okay, so my weapon is useless. Shitballs. Forgot about that. Okay, hold on. Hold the phone. Go ahead and immunity to poison, immunity to that. Okay, so go ahead and mind control him first.
This thing isn't doing the job.
There we go. Now switch back over to those pistols and get those reloaded. That's all we can do. Did we seriously miss twice? Yes, we did. Alof, you use your spells for that. Go ahead and... No. That's kind of useless right now, unfortunately. Sword is also useless. He's already used his spells there. That's fine. Go ahead and give me the holy power. That way we can... There we go. Well, that didn't work. Okay, apparently I am inflicting no fucking damage to these things. Holy shit. Alright, Adair. No, I don't want to use that on the guy that we've almost got killed. Go ahead and heal yourself. No, no, why are you... I clicked on her fucking image that time. You can't even claim that I clicked behind it. I clicked on her fucking image.
I'm here.
That is bullshit. I understand using pistols and melee isn't very good, but I don't have much of a choice. I don't have any other weapons. I have somehow met... How the hell am I rolling between a 4 and a 5 over and over and over and over and over again? Okay, Necrotic Lance. Just hit him with that, please. There we go. And Adir used his knockdown. God damn it, Adir.
Make a dent. Yeah, that's it.
They do have a negative accuracy, but I'm more concerned by the fact that on a D100, I have rolled between a 1 and a 5, like 5 times in a row. That is far more concerning. Oh, pistols deal pierce damage as well. Shit, so all of my weapons are useless. No one... Okay, I guess... Fuck me. I didn't realize that they did it. Yep, they're pierce damage. So guns and this are completely worthless. Well, fuck me. So I can't do jack shit. None of my abilities work. Are these per rest or are these per... Yes, they're per rest. God damn it. Yeah, that is kind of bullshit, but there we go.
Onward.
Okay, well, we managed to eke out that win, despite getting completely fucked.
What can I do
She should
for?
not have moved. I clicked on her portrait with her spell, and she decided, yeah, I'm gonna walk all the way over here for some fucking reason, which is stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, slash and pierce. So, may as well gather that up.
Let's take a look.
I'll handle this.
Disarm that. Let's go see if there's any more. Anything else in here? Does not look like it. Okay. Probably should equip the sword and shield, or just one sword for the accuracy bonus. Yeah. Yeah. At least when we're dealing with the undead. I wasn't expecting to run... I could have sworn in the previous game that pistols did not do pierce damage, and they were usable against those guys, but I guess I was completely fucking wrong. Yeah, that also counts as piercing. So yeah. There we go. At least we've got something now.
Yes?
It also occurs to me. Nope, hers is slash and pierce still, so that should be safe for her.
Happy to oblige. I hear you.
Now, what is this saying? The training dummy has long since been frozen into immobility by age. Okay.
I shall be discreet.
So this is the upper level of the training hall. Mace, a large shield, and gauntlets of accuracy. Okay, there we go. Magic ability. Always going to be fine with that. I'll go ahead and equip that. And actually, we've got a mace. That probably would be far more useful.
Yes?
There's no point in having the guns equipped.
I shall. I'll take
Disarm
care
that.
of this.
Come on, disarm that. Thank you. Training Dummy's blade is heavily notched from repeated strikes on hapless trainees. There we go. There we go. The statue bears elaborate detail from the buckles of the warrior's greaves to his curly locks. I mean, I don't see how you could see much of the curly locks beneath that helmet, but sure, whatever, game. Okay, so we're done with that area. Now we can go down. Got that place cleared out now. anything in this room? No, there was not. There's the offering bowl, which will probably fit the medallion. And there's more bodies. Oh, dear.
More fools. They were unprepared for this.
Yeah, I know how to interact with the bowl again. I know. Place the champion's medallion into the depression. Oh. Here rests Exandros, most virtuous architect. Interesting. Why would an architect be honored in a place like this? Amulet of Health. The silver disc hanging from this necklace seems slightly tarnished, a subtle darkness lurking in the depths of its intricately etched arcane patterns. Despite that, the ornament radiates a subtle heat, and accompanying warmth spreads through the body of its wearer. As well as Adraban and Andratara. Andras 2, yep. May as well give... Oh, no, wait, that's an amulet. Shit. Well, Aloth, here you go. You can have the extra health, then.
I'm here.
Surprised that's it? That's all in here. Interesting. Would have expected there to be more. Ah, let him pay homage to Exandros, for without him there would be no glow. So that's why the architect was placed here. Ooh, yeah. Some of these people really tried to fucking just hide down here, and it did not fucking work. Solution. Pry bar. Always good to have a pry bar. Always good to have a pry bar. Money. Vessel flesh. Vessel bone. And vessel flesh. Ugh. Those are probably the workers, judging from the containers over there. Oh, boy. I wonder if we'll find out more about the Ingwithans here, because the implication, if I remember correctly, is that the Deadfire Archipelago is one of the centers of their former civilization before they ascended.
I'll take care of it.
Part of the statue near the legs has been forcibly removed. Praise to the bold-hearted Avarix, master of the blade. In memory of Sama, beloved sister, I gift this statue. It's just a whole, like, hall of... All that remains of the inscription is Raka the Fortunate. Stone around it is worn smooth. Okay, hold on. That leads down. Let's go back over this way.
Quiet. We're not.
Oh. That's a will-o-wisp.
Alone. Trouble up ahead.
Why can I not?
Of course.
No. I just want to see his stats. Oh, because we haven't killed any of them yet, so we don't know any of their stats, do we? Okay, hold on. They should be... We should be able to use the pistol against that. There we go. Wipe him out. Go ahead and paralyze him. There we go. Oh, good. I can paralyze the Sporlings now. Fuck you.
With relish.
There we go. Now go after him.
Hogwash!
Hey, there. Okay, there we go. For a second, I thought he was stuck there for a moment. There we go. Okay, Wisps still do an AoE damage. Rinko's wife is like 99% dead unless she's one of the unnamed animancers in the cage. Yeah, that's the most likely. That is more than likely what is the case. Sporling. Dank spores. Delicate stinging bars which they cling to surfaces, passing creatures, and the inside of nostrils. Yeah, like you can see, this guy has like one of the big necklaces. He's really tall, so that's probably one of the island of Maua, so he's probably one of the workers. Oh, tough luck. The walls here have collapsed inward, barring any further progress. Oh dear, there's more bodies in there. Vessel flesh, copper pyre, the dankest of Kush. I don't know. I don't think you'd want to smoke a Sporling. I don't think that would go very well.
Wait.
Okay. Will-o-wisp.
I'm here.
Let's switch back to the pistols.
Of course.
I guess if we're back to not fighting undead, I'm going to put the S-Stock on back again.
here. I'm here.
Pistols. All right, everybody go. Bang. Bang. Switch to the sword. Go.
I shall.
Nice and quick. Nice and quick.
Could be
The better part
Slip
of
back
that.
into stealth. Slip back into stealth. Ooh. Essence anomaly. Ooh, that's not good. Careful with barrels of gun, with barrels and firearms. Some of them are filled with gunpowder, and shooting them has a predictable result. All I'm hearing is wait for enemies to stand near barrel, then blow up. I think we just wait for them to come back around, and then order the attack. There we go. There we go. Now switch to the melee. There we go. And then we did that. Oh, he missed. God damn it. Rolled a 16. Fuck. It's okay. We've got him. We've got him weakened. We've got this. There we go.
That's it.
Nice and simple. Nice and simple.
I'll take care of it. Indeed.
Alone. Oh, a bunch of their stuff is broken. Copper pyre, golden swool. This looks a lot like the shit that we found in the DLC. What's his name working on
Real
Devil?
quiet now.
Oh, that's not good. What did you say, Aeleth? That's Odorisi. Oh, that's the body. Frozen mid-stride, this grim figure is turned towards the colossal pillar of Adra that dominates the chamber. The ashen corpse's outstretched hand rests upon the crystal's dulled surface. Clutched tightly in the remnants of a fist is a bundle of papers, bound together by leather cord. Several more pages are scattered on the ground
Think
at your
that's the
feet.
guy we're looking for. Sure holding on to those papers tight.
As you begin to pull the papers free, the ashen fingers gripping them slough away, disintegrating into a fine plume of dust. Odorisi's notes acquired from his corpse are a dense collection of jargon and diagrams. They allude to mechanical and chemical processes used to treat Adra while it is refined into powder. These notes would doubtless be of interest to those working directly with Luminous Adra. Standing here by the lone figure, you are struck by a feeling of dread. The air around you, the very motes of ash and dust, all of it is stagnant and still. The feeling grows worse when you look up at the Adra and sense no energy flowing into its surface. It is as though it has been disconnected from the wheel. Yeah, this Adra is truly dead. Not even similar, like even the statue
Place your
in
hand against the pillar of luminous Adra. A dim, warm light emanates from the surface, but it feels cool to the touch. Pinpricks dance along your fingers, uncomfortable but not painful. A woman's voice, scratchy, distant, and halting, echoes in your mind.
Find your soul in him.
You concentrate, peering into the Adra's energy as you would peer into a soul. Its inner light is blinding, but as you become accustomed to it, you perceive the core of the Adra itself, a churning mass of millions of soul fragments. With a jolt, the energy reaches out to you. The Angwithan ruin fragments around you, breaking into incoherent shapes and dissolving to dust, falling into an infinite well of dark gray vapor. Even the ground itself disintegrates into nothingness. All that remains is the murky expanse of the in-between. The Adra pillar, and a skein of golden threads rooted in the pillar that extend far off into the distance. You focus on the threads. You catch glimpses of memories, your memories, mingled among the memories of thousands of other captive souls. The filaments begin to cohere, rapidly twining into a golden cord. With a muffled crack, the cord ripples outward in a violent wave toward the endless distance.
Watchers being a bit slow at times. Well, it's not my fault you sent me here with just a vague notion of go follow Aothas while I'm following Aothas.
The cord undulates over a space so vast that you lose sight of the wave before it finds its end. Then, a heavy creaking, like the sound of mountains shearing under their own weight, washes through the dull gloom of the in-between. A violent force yanks you along the cord at an incredible speed. The murk of the in-between warps erratically, as though you are observing it through an ill-ground lens. Just as quickly as you were pulled forward, you stop, suspended below a massive figure of ancient carved Audra. Like all Audra, it glimmers with energy, but the souls and memories within it are not flowing down. They churn in a vortex that burns at the heart of the statue's mass in some invisible engine. It is Aethys. The great golden cord terminates in his back, sending pulses of energy throughout his limbs as they move. He walks in long, slow strides toward a brilliant pillar of Audra far in the distance. It shines even more brightly in the in-between than Aethys.
Was it ever clarified, did the statue have sculpted junk? I mean, probably not. I would imagine it was clothed, which, given the fact that it was meant to be like a representation of Audnua's son, it might have been carved in like some regal clothing or something, maybe some kind of like cloth covering or something, like a toga. I don't know.
From within the teeming throng of souls, dozens of eyes look out to you. Through the cord, their collective anguish and despair push at the edge of your mind.
I'm going to assume Barbie doll anatomy, Tenwin. I don't want to imagine Aethys having a giant 30-foot-long schlong just flopping around made out of Audra. I don't think anyone wants to. Well, I'm sure some people want to imagine that, but I don't.
Help us! Please! Help us!
Their voices echo in your mind. Somewhere within their ranks, you can feel the presence of your own soul slumbering deeper in the gyre.
Reach out to the lost soul.
You reach out to the lost souls, but the incredible power flowing through Aethys' body repulses you. Not even your Watcher powers can penetrate the massive tides of energy crashing through him.
Good one, Tenwin.
The souls sense your efforts and attempt to breach the surface of Aethys' body, but are instantly pulled back down into the deep well of the statue's heart, as though they were pried from the edge of a great precipice. Aethys' stride slows and stops. His head slowly pivots until its great burning eyes are cast back along the cord. As his gaze meets yours, you feel an overwhelming rush of incredible joy mingled with profound sadness. You have sensed similar anguish in lost souls, but never with this intensity. A soothing voice drifts into your mind.
Incredible joy mingled with profound sadness. You have sensed similar anguish in lost souls, but never with this intensity.
It takes great bravery to venture through the in-between, even for a Watcher.
A swell of admiration radiates out from the god's heart, a force so intense that it momentarily overwhelms you.
Well, hello, Aethys.
You do not need to follow me, for their sake or your own. Something beautiful is coming. Something that will save us all.
A great light shines from Aethys' brow, so bright that even the souls within him flinch from the source, cowering in fear.
I don't know, man. The last time you said stuff like that, you invaded 2 countries. And after that, you then killed me when you got into that body. So I'm really having a hard time imagining that you're on the up and up right now. And before you say anything else, I already know that you're an ascended part of the Ingwithan society, dude. That secret's already out of the bag with me, so don't go playing this whole I know what I'm doing, I'm a god. I know you're just an amalgamation of the souls of the Ingwithans, dude. Drop the act. Killed you and about 300 of your friends? Exactly. Yeah, we got along great with all of our hirelings. The fucking bounty hunter dude outside the castle, he's probably dead. All of the merchants, dead. You tried to kill my steward. She's now just a bust. Thanks for that, dick. Good thing most of my companions weren't there, or you'd have probably killed them. All of my guards were getting along great. Cograk is either wondering what the fuck happened or you killed him, and I don't know which one of those is worse. I mean, if you killed him, that's definitely worse, but I'm just trying to play it up for the joke.
Through the glare, you see Aethys's massive arm reach up to grasp the golden cord. The tether carrying energy from the Audra pillar to him that also suspends your consciousness.
Ograk lost his favorite hobby of slaver punting. Yeah.
Time cannot stop for any of us, Watcher. Even me.
I mean, it must have for a while because you did kind of get exploded.
Aethys yanks on the golden cord, pulling it from his back. The cord tears into filaments that blacken and dissolve to dust. Without pause, he turns to resume his stride toward the distant pillar of Audra, shining on the boundless horizon. You hear the souls within him cry out for just a moment, before your consciousness is snapped away from them. The in-between goes dark. For a second, you feel a mix of nausea and a sensation like spinning and falling. Then the moment ends. Your consciousness has returned to the Angwithan arena. The world is sideways, the Audra pillar upside down. You flinch at the feeling that you're standing on the ceiling. The disorientation overwhelms you and you collapse to your knees next to the luminous Audra pillar.
You know, with the number of times that touching something with soul energy caused me to get knocked on my ass in the first game, you think I'd be used to this by now.
Previously dim and flickering, the pillar now glows with a strong and steady light. You touch the Audra again, but the chill and prickling sensations you felt before are gone, replaced with a comforting warmth, like the embers of a fire that has just lost its flame.
As you return to the world, you feel a hand on your back.
You all right? Come on, we just got you back.
I wonder if he's tall enough to peek above the water, if he's below the sea. It might depend on the region. There are, given the Deadfire does seem to be heavily based on the Caribbean, there are parts of the Caribbean where the water's fairly shallow, but there's also parts where it's fairly deep, so it might just depend on what part of the water he's walking through. Not even a little.
Well, if you're not sure, now I'm worried. I've seen you commune with souls of the dead, but this looked altogether different. What happened?
We can go with benevolent, we can go with the metaphysical. Aethys tethered himself to portions of the luminous Audra. I managed to connect to him through it.
Already? Moving things along rather quickly this time, aren't we?
His eyebrows raised with sly mischief. That just means things are going to go horribly wrong at some point. Aelith, remember the last time we thought we had everything figured out and we were going to go get the help from the Duke of the Deerwood, and then your former boss showed up and straight up murdered him? Don't tell me that we're moving along quickly, because the last time that happened, everything went to shit.
What did Gon say? Is he gonna meet us? What do we do next? He charged you with a divine calling, didn't he? Just like he's done for me.
I saw a massive pillar of luminous Audra in his path. He told me not to follow, that something beautiful is coming.
I wonder if he said the same thing to people in Rayed Saris 20 years ago.
I wonder what he's after, and why he's been giving me these dreams. The things I've seen, they leave a mark on your soul.
He rubs her arms despite the balmy air.
I may not know what Gon's got planned for me, but clearly he wanted me to meet you.
That much I'm willing to believe. As for whether it was Gaun himself, well, I'm honestly willing to believe that Gaun is a separate portion of the incarnation of Aethys, enough that he might be talking to Jyoti while Aethys is not. His most fervent devotees are known as the Harvesters of Gaun. Okay, so some of this is new. He is the answerer of wrongs and imbalances. They've contributed no small part of Deerwood's enthusiasm for vigilante justice. Popular regard for Gaun is polarizing. He is accepted, feared, and characterized by a grim sense of finality. Okay. Yep, nothing left there yet. So he's essentially tying the various Audra pillars to himself even if he's not physically present, he's able to draw upon their power somewhat. Make sure that I have back on my pistols.
I see them.
All right, engage. I also like that they've made it so that your characters just make room when one of your fellow characters needs to, like, as long as there's room to the side, they'll move slightly to the side so that you can get in on the fight. No more of this ending up behind two characters, your character running in place for 5 seconds before the AI realizes, oh, I can't get through here, and tries to go around. That is a very nice, convenient measure. Oh, hello. That doesn't look like the traditional Ingwithan art that we've seen. Moss and grime have been scraped clear of a large portion of this mural, revealing the vibrant hues of the Ingwithan figures beneath. I mean, maybe it is their art, but that's not usually how they were depicted in a lot of their other issues. Doro the Reckless defeated 7 beasts barehanded. Got a pistol, an Animancer's hat. Okay. The Silver Utoki. The largest of the Rawatayan coin in common circulation, the Utoki is used for large trade transactions. Several generations of Utoki crown have been minted, the image on the obverse changing with each Ranga Nui. Derived from the Ranga, the Wana term for chief. Oh, okay. The reverse always features a physical crown. And a journal entry. It's been a stroke of unimaginable fortune to find an Adra vein in such pristine condition. The essence is so concentrated here that even from the far side of the corridor, the pillar's light pulses like a star. At times, I almost feel as if I can sense it, like the warmth of sunlight on the skin. We will need to reinforce the central chamber before attempting any excavations. The ruins are unstable, and Sila's motley workforce of savages and paupers grows more fearful by the day. With the assistance of a single watcher, we could trace the essence in the primary vein and isolate the deposits worthy of extraction. I've petitioned Director Castell of Nekataka for such a resource, but am continuously rebuffed. It's unthinkable that the Valiant Trading Company cannot isolate within the vast borders of its considerable influence a single suitable candidate. I must assume that the wretched Alete woman is hoarding them for her fanciful experiments. Transportation, as if we have the time to expend on such frivolities. The great and ancient city of Nekataka is so old that its foundation is said to predate the Great Hawana Cataclysm of legend. In recent years, the native population has been crowded by the arrival of the Valiant and Rawatayan colonists, traders, and soldiers. Okay. Potion, hardtack and ale, torches, capes, razor gill, some money, and some additional stuff. Okay. I do believe... Okay, we do have the area down here, right? Forgot. They do kind of look dwarven. A little bit. A little bit. That's what has me... Well, to be fair, it's another case with Aora in general. Race is not very important outside of a little bit with the Rawatai, who are largely Amauan to a very high degree. They're the closest we've seen to an ethno-state in this game, and I don't mean that in a horrible way, just in sort of a it occurred naturally kind of way. So we don't... I'm pretty sure the implication is that the Ingwithans were of all the races, though I think humans still made up a fairly sizable majority, if Theos being one of their last survivors is any indication.
Wait.
Whoa. Why did you move?
Yes?
Okay, switch back to the pistols.
Yes?
Alright, it's another brine imp. Should be able to handle that, no problem. There we go. Go ahead and get you. Oh god, I keep forgetting they're immune to mind control. God damn it. Go ahead and use this for additional penetration. There we go. Oh, we almost had him in a single hit. There we go.
That's it.
There we go.
Yes?
Perfect.
Indeed.
Plenty of items.
I'm here.
Back to this. Ooh, yeah, that's a gunpowder barrel. Go ahead and knock that open for me, if you would, please. Hey, dear. There we go.
I'm here.
Go ahead and knock those open.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pile of gunpowder. Interesting. Oh, okay. I was kind of hoping we could pick that up or something. Nope, just some supplies. Water, rice wine, milk. There is no way. You cannot make me believe that milk keeps in this kind of climate. They consist of a large wide variety of kith due to this. They're mostly only show a Maoan as models, but lore-wise, Rauta are relatively versatile. Brown Bear, welcome. I mean, you missed a good chunk of this session, but we've just been exploring the area of the island, and we managed to find the Ingwithan ruins that we were sent to go find. And we basically confirmed that Aothus is killing everybody who's near these things, because he sucked the souls out of everybody that was at the dig site, except for a handful that managed to get inside of what was essentially a soul energy cage that kept them safe. Rautai is not an ethno-state at all. They're a conquering nation that consists of a large variety. Then, okay, they may not be an ethno-state now, but the implication that I got, especially from the way that our companions talked in the last one, is that they very much started as one. They've just reached the empire stage where a single ethnicity of their initial founding is still at the core of their empire, but they've conquered a lot of other people in the process. So he's drawing in souls on what purpose? He claims it's for some glorious thing that's coming, and he told us not to follow him because we managed to tap into the energy of this place. But we settled on to dub Aothus the Spectral Throat. No, you have decided that, not me. I don't know what you're talking about, Tenwin. Shut up. What's up with the rules? Did someone ruin a story for you? It's been a while, my dude. Giovanni, no. That's just kind of been my thing from the beginning. A lot of the games we've been playing, Giovanni, have been CRPGs, and I really do not want spoilers in my CRPGs. I want to find out the story for myself. Good to see you, too. Good to see you. It has been a while. Thanks for swinging by. I wasn't sure about the constructs at first. These new techniques may be less extreme than those eccentrics like Galvino. Oh, God, Galvino. Fucking hell. But it gets harder to remember that once the hulking things are moving around like large, noisy, witless dolls, the constructs require daily maintenance and they make the workers uncomfortable. Still, they've been an effective deterrent to the local wildlife, and I have to admit I've started to feel safer with one of them standing nearby. Odorisi despises the things and avoids them if possible. That alone is a considerable benefit. Ooh, another pry bar. Orland's candle. That. Some. Ooh, another arquebus. Good. We can go ahead and... Did I give her pistol stuff, or did I give her... battle axe, crossbow, hatchet, small shield, and unarmed. So it doesn't really matter. I would still rather give her the rifle than the pistols. As far as a backup weapon goes. There we go.
Yeah. Sure thing.
Seems like Galvino's research resulted in something. Yeah, it seems like... Well, to be fair... Are you really surprised that in the 5 years since he's just done nothing but brag about the devil of Karak? Like, he'd have no reason not to. Oh, pickaxe, some money, fine dagger. Anything else? Ah, this links up over here. Oh, what have we here?
Dim in the lantern.
This ornate bronze fixture appears to be braziers. Soot lines the interior of the metallic petals and used by fresh coal beneath a filigreed grating. Someone lit these recently. Had you the means, you might do the same. So if you have a unique shield, you could now copy it over to the second slot to equip a hammer or a sword, for example. Wait, what? You can copy over items. So if you have a unique shield, you can copy over it to the second slot to equip a hammer or a sword. I'm not following, Tenwin. Are you... That doesn't... AK, you can make multiple loadouts using the same... Oh, okay. So that way... So, like, if I wanted her to have her sickle in both of these, but a different type of shield... I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. So you're no longer forced to have to come up with multiple different... Yeah. The flame jets downward, moving into a narrow channel, connecting both braziers. Oh. Well, we're gonna have to find a way to disengage that.
Catch us by surprise.
Okay, so there must be something that gives a clue as to how we turn this off. Only the bold, the reckless, and the fortunate shall pass safely. Oh, it's related to the shields, isn't it? The bold, the reckless, and the fortunate. Okay, so the fortunate is kind of the two, like, leaf shapes. The bold is... God, I can't even see that one. Okay, so a leaf shape, the kind of watery shape. Hold on. The leaf shape, the watery shape, and then it must be that last shield that was over here in the... Where was it? Where the fuck was it? Yeah, it was all the way back here. Oh, hold on. We don't even have to. Oh, it looks like a tower. So it's that one. Come on, let's go. There we go. Got it. Ooh, gladiator sword. A double-edged short sword of cast bronze. This ancient weapon is equally suited to thrusting and cutting. The blade is pitted and tarnished, but still holds a keen edge. The Ingwithan gladiator who once wielded the blade most assuredly carried it with a bronze shield. Grants Scrim. Ancient technique for balancing offense and defense. Enhances melee damage and deflection when wielded with a shield. Corroded blade to sharpened blade. Yeah, because you can use the binding copper, the solution, and the basics. Takes off the penetration and gives it 1 penetration. Not bad, not bad. We'll go ahead. You know what? Just as a way to show it off, we'll go ahead and do that. Yay, we sharpened it. And I'll actually, now that I'm thinking about it, that's probably a good sword for Adir because it even says, yeah, that it works best with a shield. So we'll go ahead and give him that. There we go. Got a slightly better one. Oh. Oh, okay. That's cool. Oh, okay. So the game even lets you know when you have the... Also a fine quality. Oh, you're right. Yeah, 15% damage, 4 accuracy, 1 penetration. That does just go up to that. Elementally stable gives him additional plus 10 defense. Structurally stable. And casually fixed. All defenses against transmutation, evocation, and illusion. Plus 1 armor rating. Plus 1 slash armor rating. Nice. Very nice. Grants Misotheus. Reject the power of the gods. Aura grants party chance to reflect punishment and condemnation attack, as well as reject the wheel. Plus 2 to all defenses except deflection for 30 seconds for nearby allies on scoring a kill with Keybreaker. Very nice. Fine dagger. Doesn't really matter. Alright, good. Good, good, good. You can enchant the scepter too. I mean, yeah, but that's for the fine enchantment, which we only have 1 of each of these items. So we'll hold off on that. We'll hold off on that.
What can I do you for?
We are very limited on resources right now. Right now, let's finish up in here and head back out. What? As the souls move past you, some turn their heads in your direction, but most seem fixated below you on the Adra pillars beneath your feet. A few nod their heads in thanks or raise a hand to acknowledge your
What
presence.
do you see that I can't, Watcher?
Souls. Dozens of them. Nearly 100. They're all going towards the Adra pillar.
All of them? Really?
She strokes the edges of her lantern, appearing lost in thought. A small group of the souls has started to cluster around you, one of them standing a bit closer than the others and gestures for your attention.
Watcher, we'd like to come with you.
Why don't you just go to the pillar?
We would, and we appreciate that you showed us the way, but what if the Adra goes dark again before we reach the beyond?
The other souls shuffle anxiously and look at one another, then back to you. Very well. Follow me.
Can I harvest the souls now?
Sure.
Thank you for aiding my mission, Watcher. I just knew you'd help me if I followed you.
Jyoti glides her hand in a series of motions that resembles a martial art or an intricate dance. As she slides a circle around the area, she begins swirling her lantern faster and faster from her body until the ephemeral light flares from within. The lure is answered and several souls change course, drifting past the lantern's cage to disappear. This story reminds you of Jade Empire a bit. I have never played that, Brown Bear, so I do not know.
Thank you, Watcher.
We will remain here to see to our dead.
We're lucky the cage worked.
We should build more of these cages, I think.
How are we to rebuild after all this? I cannot imagine.
What a mess.
Yeah, I think that's everything. Yeah, he walked right through this place. One step there, and then the other right up there. Crushed the outside of the ruins, too. I don't think there was anything else. We did that, we did that. And the burial ground. Yeah, the ones that we saw. So we need to head back out to the edge of the area. Alright, sweet. Progress has been made. Alright, switch back to that weapon.
Hey.
Everybody good on their
Happy to oblige.
weapons?
Yeah.
Yes, they are. Okay.
I shall.
Old Bioware game where ghosts are an issue and you need to solve it. Ah, I mean, I've heard of Jade Empire. I've just never played it. Burial ground. Wait, what burial grounds? The burial grounds that we ran into were up here. We already did that. There is, like, some berries or something. There we go. Fresh fruit. Oh. Oh. Oh! Okay, there's a shipwreck there. Good to know. So what do we know about Aothas so far? He took the statue made in the Endless Path as a vessel, it seems, and he's walking around sucking up the souls of anyone who comes near. Well, apparently he's finding specific Audra pillars, like the one that it was down here in the dig site, Lord Brownbear, and he's connecting to them or something, or he's disconnecting them from something else. And that's a problem, because it means any souls that get sucked up into the Audra pillars from being near it can't re-enter the wheel of death and rebirth. And Aothas seems to think that he's doing this for the right reasons, because he was like, don't follow us, something glorious is about to happen, yada yada. So, it's... Oh, that burial site, right, the one over on this side, Tenwin. I almost forgot about that, you're right. Oh. Unaffiliated trade vessel, merchant sloop. Oh, that's cool. You can run into NPCs traveling across the world. Oh, that's cool. The Huana tribes traditionally heap their dead into pyres or give their bodies to the sea, but mounds like these suggest rongas of honor, wealth, and distinction that were buried. Oh. Chill air radiates from a dark doorway at the bottom of the stairs. It smells faintly of dust and cold stone. Search the location. A handful of common gemstones in a small leather pouch. 4 pyrite. Keep searching. Find a weapon. A wand. Put on the time challenge to try and add some spice to the game. I damn near ran out at this part. Yeah, I ain't doing that. I am not... I wander around and meander way too much. Warned her about the death of the workers. We should probably do that. There's nothing left but the dead. All right. Yeah, we'll go ahead and inform her first, and then we'll head back in towards Maje Harbor. Ugh. Yeah, we've got some bad news for you. Oh, she's not here. Oh, it's nighttime. That means she'll be up in her place, doesn't that? I bet you that's the case. Oh, that's some nice little reactivity of the game. Oh, that's actually really cool.
It is late, outsider. Get some rest.
I suppose I should have realized that. They have a wait function now?
Now I've dreamed of this place.
If you say so. Oh, resting is not allowed in this area. What? What the fuck? What's the fuck have happened? What is the... What? She tells you to get bed. I mean, it is her house, so... Oh, okay, I see. Resting is not allowed. Okay. Resting is not waiting. There we go. There you are, Miss Stormspeaker.
May Amira's winds blow sweet.
I thought you should know that I found some Huana at the dig site. They were killed when Aothas
I
arrived.
see. Governor Clario would call it superstition. I know you speak truth. Are there worse omens than to hear that the god of rebirth has brought death upon your people? I thank you for delivering this news. I will tell their families, and we will mourn them together. But you will journey on, into the god's wake. I wish you luck, outsider.
Fun fact, if you head into the dig site before you go to the port, then Jyoti will have moved and she will be found in Nekataka instead. Interesting.
There are enough Mataru here to defend the village. You are safe.
Judging from everything you've said, I'm guessing you and the governor don't really get along.
Better than it may seem. Clario can be reasoned with, especially if one approaches him with coin in their pocket. He is not a cruel man. I suspect he might even enjoy life on the island if he were free of his masters.
Fair enough. I imagine he's the kind of person who, once he retires, will be far more friendly to the locals than he was as an official member of the Valian Trading Company. If you decline Alof from joining you, he will approach you again in the port. If you decline him once more, you will find him way later in another island, dead. Well, we weren't going to do that to our boy. We weren't going to do that to our friend. Aloth is our friend. Aloth is friend-shaped. He can be a bit of a prick, and he can be a bit of a secretive asshole, but he is still friend. We should be able to go straight to the governor's mansion. I think it's a cool detail. Oh, of course it is. I mean, of course it is, but we're not going to do that. But I do like that just from a, if someone really didn't like Aloth, they can just tell him to fuck off. It's rare for an RPG to do that sometimes. Like, some RPGs will adamantly refuse to have that kind of thing happen. And now here's the thing. I love NPC companions, so I would never do something like that, but I like that they give the option. How did you solve his little dilemma in Pillars 1? What dilemma? Oh, you mean his split personality? Because... there's only room for one Matt Mercer in this party. No, it's fine. Isilmir. Oh, yeah, we didn't. That's the thing. There was no solution. We tried to track down a solution, and we pretty much didn't find anything, and he basically had to suck it up that he was going to be dealing with this shit for the rest of his life. Isilmir hasn't popped up yet, but I'm sure she will make her presence known the next time Alof needs to make a comment on anything.
What can I do for you?
First, what can you tell me about the port?
Certainly. It may not have the grandeur of Ostia or Enchense, but I am proud of what we have created here. We've established strong supply lines, and our research rivals any performed in the Republics on better days.
Make peace as a solution? I mean, kinda? Like to imagine she's the reason Alof multi-classes into fighter. That would kind of make sense. Learns to keep her down. I'm not sure which it is yet. Yeah, I don't recall which one we actually did, because I thought we had convinced him to just go along with it, but it's been a long time since we were at that point. I do not remember. How do you feel about the Huana?
They keep to themselves for the most part. We have little reason to interfere, and any Huana willing to work are paid for it. We get a few of those. Perhaps village life is too simple for them.
Training to become an arcane knight, so he should have gotten fighting training already. Yeah. Given Isilmir's attitude, it would actually kind of make sense that his access to the wizard-rogue combination is more likely to be a result of Isilmir, given her underhandedness and willing to get into brawls.
They say things are very different under Queen Onekaza II. She has unified many of the Huana under her banner. Ikawa is one of the last holdouts. It works fine for our purposes. She is easier to negotiate with.
Why build an outpost here in the first place? I assume it has to do with the Luminous Adra.
Scouts reported finding Engwithan ruins along with a promising Adra vein, and the locals were welcoming enough.
That too, Brown Bear. It could be a combination of factors. It doesn't have to be as simple as one thing leading to another. It could be a combination of them. Like, for example, if you take his rogue subclass and then specialize him mainly in doing, like, stealth stuff, I could see that being more his personality. Whereas if you take a lot of the rogues more like blinding, eye gouging, poisons and stuff like that, maybe that's more Isilmir's influence in kind of bleeding into his personality. You could roleplay it in a variety of ways if you really wanted to justify it. And I like that. I like having those kind of options with companions.
Any venture of this size is difficult. Even so, the hard part was not convincing people to join us, but weeding out undesirable individuals. We lowered our standards in the end.
Valerio smiles wildly. The Glenfathans and their guarding of ruins is a very localized thing. Yeah, that was very clear throughout the first game because the Adirans were so used to just being like, oh, we found Ingwithan ruins, time to pillage them. That when somebody said, no, stop, wait, don't do that, they were just like, I'm sorry, what? Are there many outposts in the Deadfire?
Not long ago, the whole archipelago was beneath notice, a place of warring tribes and grotesque sea beasts. Now, it seems every ruler on Aurora wants an island of their own.
Specific ruins chosen by the Glenfathans to protect were likely chosen very deliberate. I think Tenwood's right on partially, but I also think it's very suspicious that there were so many Ingwithan ruins that had those soul container vessels at the top of them in the Deerwood that allowed the Leaden Keys plan to go forward. I have a distinct feeling that that was very specifically planned, maybe not planned by the Ingwithans, but that was very specifically set up by them to ensure that that particular region would have some kind of protection against someone finding out about their god status in the future. Well, the Glenfathans didn't say stop, no, don't do that. They said arrow funk. Yeah, true. But that's still a surprise, especially given that it was the Adirans, who are basically this world's equivalent of the Roman/British Empire. Yeah, like, at least some of the tribes might have given a warning first. The others would have definitely been a case of, nah, we kill you.
The lands here belong to the Huana, for now. If you ask the Royal Deadfire Company, that will not last.
Valerio mutters under his breath, running a hand over his scalp. I'm assuming that's the Adiran one. Oh no, that's the Rauatayan one. Oh, okay. Trading company owned by the Rautayan government, largely staffed by current and former members of Rautai's considerable navy. It imports stable foods and commodities to the resource-poor Rautayan mainland. Ah. Okay, I guess we know who Tenwin backs in this colonial adventurism. The Royal Deadfire Company.
Dispatched by the Ranganui of Rauatai himself. That would be their emperor or king, perhaps.
Yeah, see, the powerful naval kingdom of Rauatai is dominated by the coastal Mao and ruled by the Ranganui. Currently the most prosperous of the old empires, Rauatai has expanded aggressively into the Dreadfire archipelago to secure natural resources that are scarce in their native storm-torn land. Though folk, dwarves, and Orlans can be found in Rauatai, most of the merchants or remnants of the old kingdom of Rauatai conquered when they seized power centuries ago. So legends say that the Rautaians came to their lands from the Deadfire archipelago in the wake of a terrible cataclysm, but the events of that event have been lost to time and the imagination of storytellers. Well, we know what that cataclysm was. On drop! Sorry. Okay, so yeah, I was right. Rauatai is not an ethno-state, but it definitely started as one, but it's really hit that large-scale imperial stage where it started absorbing surrounding cultures and peoples to a very fast extent. The question now is, does it go the traditional route of retaining that core ethno-state as the source of its main strength and then extracting resources in an imperial relationship? Or does it start moving in a confederation relationship and start trying to integrate the people that it has conquered? Given the fact that they're doing better than the Adirans, at least in the expansion period, they might be moving towards a more confederated stance. But we'll need more evidence. The beginning of any nation, since Kith races can't crossbreed. That is very true, Brown Bear. It wouldn't surprise me. Even the Adirans started out essentially as two ethno-states, one of humans and one of elves. But they unified under a symbolic marriage in order to finally stop the fighting. Again, it just depends on what direction they want to go after that. Adiran seems to have taken the confederation option, where they just started absorbing other cultures. The problem is those other cultures also eventually started splittering off once they had a strong enough identity of their own within the larger culture. The Deerwood, Ridseras, and the Valians, basically. And then, of course, Old Valia as an empire also split off between its old rulership and the Valian republics.
If you have any questions at all, really, at your pleasure.
Valerio sets his arms behind his back, watching you with an expected smile.
Certainly.
I want to know more because there was that one and the Valian Trading Company.
We are not here to rule. We will be here so long as it benefits the republics.
Aothas worship is big in Ridseras, but slavery is also still legal there? Yep. Near as we can tell. Though I think it might be a case, we might have a case similar to Islam, where it's like, Ridserans don't enslave other Ridserans. but they absolutely will enslave non-Ridserans. So it might be a case of, well, Tenwin, if I remember correctly, both of the slavers we encountered in the base game were from Ridseris. So I don't know. Aothis worship I think it has more to do with the fact that Ridseris, like the Deerwood, was founded by the Adirans, and the Adirans don't seem to have much of a qualm about slavery right now. Or at least in their past they didn't.
War does not benefit the republics, for the moment.
Well, at least you're honest about that. That could change at the drop of a hat.
If you have any questions at all, really, at your pleasure.
I have information for you about the dig
At
site.
last, Belfetto, tell me, please, what has happened? How much have we lost? I must know.
Alien expression meaning well done. Okay. Yeah, so about that. Some of your animancers did manage to survive, thanks to some quick thinking on their part, but I'm afraid your head researcher Odorisi and most of your work staff were killed when Aothis arrived.
I see. I suppose we are fortunate to have any survivors. And Odorisi's notes. His research?
Hilario's gaze searches yours with almost feverish anticipation. We found these on his person.
Did. Gods be kind.
Clario takes the bundled notes from you with barely restrained urgency. Within moments, he's flipping through the papers, his eyes sweeping back and forth across the pages. Gained positive reputation with the port, gained minor positive reputation with the Balian Trading Company.
Belfetto! We are saved!
It was this game that made people mad because the Valian Republics were ocean humans, because apparently Fantasy Italy and Spain can't have a different... Yeah, I don't care. These people are screaming over nothing. It's a fantasy ethnicity. Get over it, people. Ugh. As long as they're not violating their own in-game rules, and since the in-game lore never specified that the Valian Republics... There's been nothing in the lore in the first game that specified that they all were one ethnicity or all weren't one ethnicity, so... I wish not to be angry right now. Yeah, I know. No one wants to be... And there are things... The thing is, even in games like this, there can be things that can be legitimately angry. I'm still angry that Maneha was a shitty companion and didn't do anything to expand on Andra. But that has to do with the writing, not random bullshit in other facets. There are things that can be legitimately annoyed about with writing, like... Or again, going back to Tyranny, the entirety of the Bastards Wound DLC providing no fucking explanation for anything going on with the Beastmen. Despite the fact that they laid the perfect groundwork for that. Female ship captains are pathetic with their plates with things that aren't a problem at any kind of level. Especially since captaining a ship is very different. If you're going to write a fantasy society and have it be more sexually equal, then there's no reason not to have it. Now, if you create a fantasy society... here's my problem, Tenwin, because you do get some people like this. If you create a fantasy society that does have a great deal of sexual dimorphism, and then you have equal representation anyway, you're undermining your own world building. And some games do seem to want to do that with their world building, which is unfortunate. If you want to showcase that this world is backwards or having issues or that the culture is built a specific way, follow through on that. Like, even in Tyranny, they point out that with the tiers, women own the land, men own the ships. And when there are cases where that doesn't happen, the game actively points it out and says, like, oh yeah, this person bucked tradition, or this person was openly corrupt in order to ensure that a man inherited the land. It fits with the world building. Don't write the world as being horrible and backwards and dark, and then also have perfect 50-50 sex, like no discrimination, no bigotry, no whatsoever. It's like, that's not a world that's dark. Like, all you've done is claim that the world is dark and evil and then underwritten your own world building for no reason. Let's move on.
That is, Odorisi's legacy is not wholly lost. I like to believe the man would find that pleasing.
He folds the papers once again and sets his hands over them protectively.
You say this is all the work of the Titan, of Aothis, and you still insist on looking for him? He destroyed your ship, killed my people. Would it not make more sense to sail to the far side of the world and away from all this?
I do not turn away from my duty, even when it's been given by gods that I don't necessarily like.
No, that much has been made very plain to me. So be it.
Ayla flashes a quick pleased glance. Yay. We can grab a rational or a diplomatic. We'll grab some more diplomatic. We rational. Well, rational is also for my. I think it's both of them. I think it is. So actually, yeah, we've got the insight score or intellect score. I'm also going to go this. Aothas is using the Adra pillars as an energy source. If I can find more, then I can find him.
Merla. He will ravage every outpost in the Deadfire. That Adra is why we are here. Why everyone is here, in truth. The Valian Trading Company, the Royal Deadfire Company, countless mercenaries.
Like how Dragon Age Origins did it by showing you were at a point where men and women had similar roles, but showed a history where there wasn't always the case. Yeah. And it does seem like it's very much a case, and you do still have some organizations in Dragon Age's world that were distinctly segregated by sex. If I remember correctly, the Church of Andraste does not allow male members of the clergy at all. They can join as, I think, like the equivalent of like a deacon, as like the head of the lay persons, but they cannot actually join the church. It's not allowed. By contrast, the Tevinters only care if you're a mage. It doesn't matter what your gender is. What matters is the power of the magic you hold. He did crush your castle, so the gods' wishes secretary. Yes, they very much are. Remember that, Bareth. Again, you're one of the somewhat decent ones. You also brought me back to life, so you've got a point for that one. But the rest of you are on my watch list. And Andra's at the bottom of the bucket.
You'll want to go to Neketaka. Queen Onekaza II rules there at the Kahanga Palace. Anyone seeking to do business in the Deadfire Archipelago must negotiate with her first.
I will admit, I do kind of find it cute that the others are still kind of standing just kind of neutrally, but Jody every now and then just breaks out her lantern and just keeps shaking it around. It actually kind of really fits. Like, Aloth occasionally glances at her grimoire. Adir, I think, occasionally smokes. She's over here just shaking this thing around every now and then, and it's just making light sources. I actually find that kind of adorable.
The Queen knows every Adra vein of worth in the Deadfire. I'm certain she can help you. That is, if she agrees to see you at all.
Who are the Kahanga, exactly?
The most powerful tribe in the region, now that Onekaza II has united a host of them under her rule. Ikawa would disagree, but then Ikawa contents herself with a spit of land and a handful of followers.
Governor, sometimes the best people in the world are those who know their limitations. The world has been made better places by those who are ambitious. It's also had some of the worst atrocities ever in history committed by those same people. So, tone it down that your neighbor, who you have to share an island with, isn't an asshole who wants to conquer you, okay? The Tevinter Empire had the opposite of the Orlesian Chantry. The Orlesians had a female divine. Tevinter had a male divine. Oh, right, yeah. I do. It's been a while since I played. But if I remember correctly, their divines were also magical in origin. So again, it mattered a little less that the specifics of the gender so much as the fact that they were magically powerful. Because I think while the head of the church was male, they still had female clergy in the Tevinter Chantry as well. Then that's where I'm going next.
You need your sheep. I'll arrange it with Ikawa. Between the two of us, I'm certain we can gather the workers we need. Head down to the beach once you are ready to depart.
Thank you for your help, Governor.
Bompiaco. It is only right, after all you have done for me. I won't keep you further. You have a long and very strange journey ahead. Some advice. After you have had your audience with the Queen, seek out the Valian Trading Company. They make their headquarters in Neketaka, and the company always appreciates good help.
We didn't get to see much of it, especially in Veilguard. Refused to show you the Defender proper, barely any slavery. You know, the thing that you constantly hear about in other games. Oh, yeah, no. After the initial announcements, after the initial reviews, I just kind of forgot Veilguard existed, and I don't care. I really don't. Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2 was enough. I never finished Inquisitor. I'm just done with the world of Thedas. It is what it is. We're moving on. Also, everyone on this island has been too nice. Something horrible is going to happen when we try to leave, or we're going to just start running into assholes after this, aren't we? Yay, next level. More mechanics. And then we will grab diplomacy. And then, let me see here. We got the aura. I'm thinking we go with Draining Whip, because that's the one... Yeah, Soul Whip does not turn off at max focus, provides more bonus damage when at max focus, enhances the draining power of the Cypher Soul Whip, regenerating focus more quickly. They're bureaucratic, I would rather say. I mean, the gang bosses on Goreki Street was a bit of a jerk. Also, Benwith tried to take your ship. Benwith wasn't part of this island, though. I was speaking specifically about this island. The governor's a little bureaucratic, but honestly seems like he's trying to do his job. The local tribal people are, again, pretty chill. They're not looking to conquer anybody or attack anybody. Even the local druid who threatened my life was actually pretty diplomatic, all things considered. Again, I'm convinced this is probably going to be the nicest anyone's going to be in this game, and it's all just going to be downhill from here. But okay, we're going to grab Draining Whip, so that way we can get our focus up extra high. Hey, dear, go ahead and keep boosting your athletics, my dude. Go ahead and grab your streetwise skill. We got you the blinding. You don't use your paladin abilities that much. I mean, right now they're just auras and the lay on hands, which is a nice little secondary. Once we get the auras up a little bit stronger, I think it'll start to matter a bit more. Plus, the auras really just help by providing buffs, while our Cypher side handles debuffs. Sword and Board passive for Adir? Maybe. Because the main thing is that it largely cancels out... he gets the additional deflection even with the small shield. Because he did get Blinding Strike. I don't think we need anything. We don't really need anything from here because we already have the fighter stances. So yeah, we'll go ahead and grab the weapon and shield type. There we go. What are your paladin oaths again? I mean, it's not really an oath. It aligns with... Let me see here. Yeah, it aligns with honest and diplomatic. These are the two dispositions that it favors. The rest are neutral, except for cruel and aggressive, which it doesn't like. Keep boosting her religion score. Keep boosting her alchemy. Okay, she already has access to power level 3. Okay, if that's the case... I'm thinking Divine Mark gives us perception, which boosts accuracy and boosts chance to graze. And then we also want Despondent Blows for minus 15% accuracy on enemies. Because I remember both of those being very, very good on Durance. And Aloth, our first skill. His Arcana is, of course, high. Oh, and he knows explosives a little bit. That's nice. I've got Metaphysics handled, buddy. Let's focus you on... History and Insight. So we'll keep his History score here, and we'll start boosting his Insight to match. History? Oh, okay. I'll take your word for it, Tenwin. We'll boost History again, and then next level we'll boost his Insight. Alright, we've got access to power level 3. He has Crackling Bolt and Middle Lettuce Bounding Missile in his Grimoire. Either works. Okay. As I said, we want to focus him on doing some damage, I would like to say. Deflection, reflexes, 30% of incoming hits converted to grazes, causes the caster to appear visually displaced, increasing their deflection and reflex for the duration. Many deflection and reflex attacks that score hits will be converted to grazes. Yeah, Fireball is kind of an entity, and we will also take exposed vulnerabilities, because now with that being an AoE and being per encounter, that's pretty fucking good. There we go. Everybody's leveled up.
Indeed.
We should go rest at the inn before we leave and dump off any of our excess baggage as far as gear goes.
We have supplies here for the... Have a look.
I'm sure you do. Just go ahead into my stash. Let's see. We don't need that. We don't need that. Nobody really uses a fine deck. You know what I wish you could do? I wish you could take like fine equipment and break down some of it for the crafting materials. That would be kind of cool. You know what? Keep the mace, just in case we run into another situation where my S-stock is fucking useless. Sell off the swords. Sell off the pistols. We can get rid of the bows now. Keep the torches, just in case. Sell off the breastplates. Don't need the cape. Don't need the hat. Definitely don't need the traps. AK skeletons or blights. Yep. That's all supplies that we've got. Food and drink. I'm always hesitant about throwing away notes, so we're just going to keep those. Those are ingredients. That's all we've got there. Why would it even let me sell the pet? That's horrible. Why would you do that, game? Never do that. Never do that. Ugh, horrible. Well, we don't need any cannon shot. It would probably be good to grab some medical supplies. So we'll grab 10 medical supplies. We'll grab 10 repair supplies. Nobody likes water. Rice is neutral. Ale is neutral. Fresh fruit is +1. So we'll go ahead and grab... Ooh, no, that's a lot. 10. There we go. This strange... You know what? We're going to buy the strange tablet, because I'm worried that that is something else. And we'll also go ahead and grab... Do I want the Battle-Worn Grimoire? It does have Chill Fog. Chill Fog is always nice. But I'm noticing a lot of the fights are happening in very open areas right now. Even in the Ingwithan Ruins, there's not many narrow corridors. So I wonder how much use this is going to be. We'll hold off right now. We'll just keep using Aloth's Grimoire. I think it'll be fine. AoEs with a large number of enemies are more common. Ah, okay. I'll keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and rest at the inn, and then we will head back to the beach and get working on our ship. The Grimoire says you're a heretic. They're all just running around screaming at each other down there. Better lay the smack down on these heads. Okay. Smacks head against button. Dark is... Oh, yeah. You're talking about the animation for the Crusader, aren't you, Tenwin, where the Crusader just holds out the piece of paper. Read, motherfucker! Read! Maybe once we're done... When we're done with Endless Space 2, I might put Darkest Dungeon 1 in the Tuesday flex slot. And we'll see about doing that. I would actually love that. You get to watch me be extra fucking salty whenever the dice rolls fuck me over.
Sure thing.
Go ahead and rest.
You cannot think it is really one of the gods.
No, but a weapon perhaps.
Merla, I hope not.
Darkest Dungeon is slightly better. That is the general consensus I've heard from a lot of people. Oh, that it feels a bit more forgiving. Oh god, that actually sounds horrible. Here I was thinking the Darkest Dungeon 1... Oh, Jesus Christ. That was not the direction I thought that comment was going in. Oh, okay, yeah. So you can just access the supplies from right here. Good to know, good to know. Oh, no. On foot. So then what is... I don't know what that means. Maybe that's the capital or something. Oh no, there it is. Neketaka. I wish you could zoom out a bit more to see more of the map. Although I do love how big this is. Holy shit, that's big. All right, head back down to Valario's Rest. Let's get this ship going. I should have noticed that there's a kraken in this artwork. We're gonna have to fight a kraken.
Good, you are here. Clario has made good on his promise. We are making ready to free your ship.
Ikawa gestures towards your vessel, where a motley group of Huana and Valian workers race to and fro.
I say still that you are fortunate. The ship was nearly lost, but it will float. For how long, I cannot say. You will wish to find a friendly port with some speed, I think.
Do you know where Neketaka is?
So you will go to the great Kahanga city as well. You must sail north for some time, and then a little east. Take care in Nekitaka, outsider. It will close its jaws around you, and you will never notice.
Darkest Dungeon 2 is more of a roguelike dungeon runner, aka you make a full run and make it as far as possible, which leads to a lot of death by attrition, which feels awful. Well, Darkest Dungeon 1, you do runs and can evacuate at any point, allowing you to, at certain points, leave with everything you have. Okay, I see. That does have a very significant difference.
We will see your Defiant out to sea.
Let's do it! And maybe get that hole down there in the bottom of the ship plugged. That would be nice. Ooh, 2 blessings gained. What the fuck does that mean? You have received a curious message from Harbinger Vatnir. Read. Missive, written in what looks like dried blood on a slice of tanned leather, came to you rolled and sealed with the mark of the Aurochs. The lettering, spidery and sharp, suggests the sender may have shivering as they composed it. Most glorious watcher of Caed Nua, I cordially invite you to a feast in your honor. A community of like minds has congregated at Harbinger's Watch, a small outpost in the southern Deadfire Sea, to witness the Dead Flow's rapid expansion. Ice shall consume all, and Rimmergan's dominion over Dead Aora will be unchallenged. We eagerly anticipate hosting your magnificence. With admiration of your many accomplishments, Vatnir, the High Harbinger of Dusk. I'm assuming that has to do with one of the DLCs.
We should address the matter of our ship's resources before we get underway. It saddens me to inform you that we lost several crew and most of our provisions during the storm. However, Port Margé appears to be well supplied, and I expect the recent disaster has left several sailors in want of a ship. I suggest we contract for additional supplies and crew before we return to open water, or our voyage may indeed be a short one.
Cool. Welcome. First time chatter. Hello. Welcome to you too. Blessings. Essentially, as you complete achievements, you gain stacks of points. When you start a new game, you can, in the same menu you selectively, gain blessings in return for turning in points. You gain them every time you start a new game, so it isn't wasted. The blessings let you start with different boons, such as a bunch of money, or start at level 4, or start with fine gear, or start with extra stats across the board. Oh, okay. So is that also to help with later challenge runs? So, like, if you want to do a challenge run, but you want to actually not have to worry so much about the early game? Oh, I love how this map looks. I absolutely love it. Ooh, to ship deck. Wait, what? No, challenge turn off blessings. Oh, okay. Either way, I guess it makes sense. Oh, that's cool. Oh, ship-to-ship combat. Not every ship on the sea is friendly. Hostile ships can attempt to engage you. During ship combat, distance and orientation to the enemy are vital to your success. Distance determines if the enemy is in range of your cannons, or if you're in range of theirs. Orientation determines what cannons can fire, as well as how easily your ship may be hit. Turning your side to the enemy may allow you to fire at most cannon, but makes you an easier target. Each ship must maintain its sail and hulls. Damaged sails limit the speed of a ship. If a hull is destroyed, the ship will sink. Ship's cannons are also limited by how much ammunition you're carrying. When 2 ships get close to each other, they can board a ram. Boarding locks the 2 ships together and transitions to a deck-to-deck fight between the 2 ships. A ramming attack does damage to the hulls of both. If one does not sink, the battle transitions to deck-to-deck. Once you have victoriously sunk the other ship or defeated them into deck-to-deck combat, you can plunder what remains. Plunder typically includes ship resources, treasure, and occasionally the unique triumph of a noteworthy enemy captain. Coins can be shared with the crew to improve morale, and triumphs are always flown from your ship's rigging. Oh. Very nice, very nice. Oh, right, you joined us.
Casita for taking me on.
Got Chitupek. We got Beodul up here. Very nice. Ship-to-ship combat is kind of shit. It's more text-based than any and kind of clumsy. Some people like it. Ship management. Ooh, okay. Eld Engrim is a Novus Cannoneer. He works well as a cannoneer or a surgeon. Beodul is our helmsman. Irina is the cook, but she is injured right now for the next 5 days. We have a bunch of hardtack and a bunch of water. Well, we can go ahead and fix that up. Let's go ahead and put some fruit, some rice. We can put the rest of the hardtack in there too. Add in the vegetables. And as far as rations for water go, we've got plenty of ale and plenty of rice wine. Take the rest of the water too. So morale is content. We have 143. Crew loses morale if they suffer 15 days without a meal. Their chances of dying increases significantly. Oh, we can permanently lose crew. Food eats from the left to the right, aka you want the hardtack and the water to the far right as possible. Makes sense? Medicine, we have 33 out of 200. Ammunition, we have 25. Repair, we have 46 out of that. So we are very nice. We have, oh, cool. The Watcher of the Deerwood colors. These are the personal colors of the Watcher of the Deerwood. Nice. So let's see. We are missing 2 cannons. We need two cannons. Oh. Okay. Achievement unlocked. Okay. We're missing some miscellaneous upgrades. We need some additional backup crew. We need a surgeon. We need a navigator. Chitupek is our deckhand. He's an Ixamital. He's a deckhand and a cannoneer. And Rigere is a seasoned deckhand. Okay, okay. Oh, okay. I hope we can upgrade them because I'd really like to keep the initial people that I don't just want to replace the people who managed to survive with us. You also want to remove your wounded crew to the off-duty squares. Ah, so that way they rest fully. I see what you're saying, Tenwin. All right. How do I get back to the... Oh my God, it's huge. Oh, I love it. I love it. I am going to explore every fucking inch of this. Okay, sorry, where were we? Right. Oh. Okay, well, I guess let's see if we can pick up this shit first. Oh, hello. The Gentleman of Leisure. Oh, wait, what did that... I didn't read what that said. Shit. Did we pick something up? I have no idea. Oh, that's the letter we got. And there's no text log, so I can't check what it said. Shit. Alright, let's just keep going this way. Are you following us? Yes, you are. I don't like that. You've encountered another ship at sea. As the Defiant leaves Port Mage behind, you casually observe dozens of ships coming and going. I mean, we really haven't. One craft stands out. An imposing dhow, replete with cannons, rests its view into the Defiant's starboard bow. The flag raised high atop its sail signifies a wish to parley. However, the dhow approaches at an aggressive speed, suggesting that it may not easily be turned away. Face your pursuer head on. The ship swings around quickly, disturbing a gull resting on the foremast. The bird avoids a white splotch on the deck. As a sign of its disapproval. You even out the wheel and bear straight towards the dhow. The distance closes quickly, and soon the massive dhow's hull rolls on the waves beside your ship. Boarding planks emerge, and you quickly cast onto your crew along with shouts from its crew notifying you that their captain will be boarding. Several well-armed men cross the planks, their eyes watching every inch of your ship. The crowd parts open to make way for their captain, a tall, well-dressed man. He like a sharply dressed man. Sorry. He peers at you with one impeccably groomed eyebrow raised. Following behind him, the captain, and in stark contrast, strides an unkempt Orlan. A pair of pistols grips protrude from his belt, and he casually twirls a stocky firearm round his index finger. His shaggy face, framed by long cobalt blue hair and a wildly braided cerulean beard, makes the crooked smirk he directs at you seem almost sinister. Is that guy over here on the left? It wouldn't surprise me. Sup, everybody? What's going on?
Ado, Water of Cadno. On behalf of the Principes and Patrina, I must request we meet in parley.
Also, the crew system is a bit funky. On a crew member sheet, you see stars. They have a maximum amount of stars, I think 4. Each crew member can have, for example, if a crew member is a star navigator, it means they can only ever gain 3 more stars in any other skill. This means that if you want a crew member to be specialized in a specific field, you want to intentionally look for crew with only stars in one skill set, but that makes it harder. Ah. The broad-shouldered captain uplifts his chin in greeting. When he smiles, his left cheek divots into a shallow dimple. The Principes and Patrine. Responding to the collapse of Grand Valia, the empire of 2720 to 2760, noble families packed up their households and sailed abroad seeking opportunities away from the shadow of their homeland. Over time, their old world traditions evolved into a new identity as the Principes and Patrina. The Princes Without a Homeland, a loosely connected and regulated organization of pirates. Okay, so I'm gonna be frank with you, Captain. The last time an ancient noble bloodline involved with crime tried to get involved with my shit, they constantly sent assassins after me until I hunted down the entirety of their family and butchered them in their house. Do not, I repeat, do not make me track down every remnant of your vast family that is probably ancient with glory and history and make me kill every single one of them because you fuckers won't leave me alone. Okay? I'm just making that statement now. The last noble family that did that, I killed every single person they sent after me and then killed every single member of their family. Fun fact, the game will 100% react if they kill the Principi. I'm sure it will. I'm just giving them a fucking warning. If they piss me off, I can guarantee that I will make their lives a living hell. You have my attention, Captain.
Agrasima. I will make this quick.
He flourishes a courtly bow.
I have heard some marvelous tales regarding your ventures in the Deerwood.
Trust me, they probably have not fully encapsulated the absolute insanity that I had to deal with.
In fact, you are the first dragon slayer I have ever met, outside of a grave.
Dragon Slayer 3 times over, thank you very much.
Some fools would seek to make a fortune by pilfering from one such as you.
Well, unfortunately, most of my vast fortune was spent on this fucking boat. And quite frankly, it's not that impressive, I hate to say.
He's done his research. Might as well hear him out.
Yes, Ader, that is what we are doing. But thank you, my friend. Under the captain's words, you hear a faint but insistent buzzing. It blooms, overwhelming Ferrante's voice, drowning out all else around you, yet no one else seems to notice. It's a vision. A soul vision. Thunder cracks between your ears and you glimpse a different sun-showed sea behind your eyes. Let the visions in. The visions streak across your mind's eye, fleeting and incoherent. An elf, dark-haired, battle-scarred, stepping across the gulf between vessels. She shakes Ferrante's hand. Warmth spills through you, excitement, pride, respect. The imagery melts like candle wax into a damp-lit galley swamped with the scent of unwatered rum and sweet fruit, with sailors and their songs and sweat. The scene billowing away, ice-cold, clawing, replaced with crew on the deck, solemn, staring, as Ferrante grasps one of their own by the throat. No, not one of their own. No more. You don't steal from family and stay family. Tears and mucus mar the man's features as Ferrante reads the man his last rites. Thief or no, they consign him to Andra as tradition dictates. Okay, so basically this is saying, yes, he's a gentleman, but he is still a pirate and a crime boss at that. Do not cross this man unless you're ready for those consequences. Leaving you blinking on the deck of the Defiant, looking into Ferrante's face, he raises an eyebrow.
I believe you have met such a fool. Captain Benweth of the Drake.
So that's his name. Despite the gravity of his word, he smiles grandly, and the dimple cuts deeper into his left cheek. Firstly, Captain, I know a cipher's handiwork when I feel it. Tell yours to stay out of my head. The Blue Orland's mouth falls open.
Careful, ship hunter. Mind that you do not confuse a useful skill set for a non-expendable one.
Ferrante glares at Seraphin, the Orland, stepping back, blinking away the rebuke and peers at you probing. His yellow-green eyes narrow, unfocused as if trying to remember something. Then the captain turns his warm smile back to you.
My apologies. Rest assured, it will not happen again.
Thank you.
Apologies, Captain. Didn't mean it, really. We're up all night, you know, searching out our friend here.
He looks to you.
You've been at sea a while. Your mind starts playing tricks on you, aye? Well, mine plays tricks on others, too. Usually don't mean much. Maybe see a bit of shadow, hear a bit of tune. Not less a person sensitive. Like, say, a watcher.
Seraphin is a community favorite? Well, I can't wait to find out more. The fact that I could pretty much tell that he's the guy who keeps showing up in the loading screen art means that I'm pretty damn sure we're getting him as a companion even before he said anything. First, Captain, you'll have to refresh my memory as I'm relatively new to the archipelago. Who exactly are the Principi Sen Patrena?
This is the first you are hearing of us, truly?
His brows rise in the show of surprise, but then his smile turns sly, and he cants his head as if to include you in a secret.
We are a magnificent but largely landless people. So we have come to own the sea. To survive, we must seize prosperity where we can. Hence, we're oft labeled as pirates, smugglers, merchants of illicit trade, or mercenaries. It will not always be so, but it is for now.
And you say that this Captain Benwith is the one who attacked me.
The short-sighted scoundrel has been wreaking havoc in the area for months. He is no son of Valia. I do not fault his ancestry, but he disregards too much the grand heritage we Principi represent. Benwith is the second most selfish captain within the Principi's newest generation. He risks all that we value.
The second most selfish captain. Forgive my curiosity, Captain Ferrante, but who's the first? He pinches at his lips, eyes narrowing thoughtfully, but you can see that he's biting back a mischievous grin.
Perhaps I have said too much. This is a problem solely of my own, for now.
So the Principi's heritage is Old Valia.
We are descended from refugees who fled during Old Valia's decline. They sailed the eastern reach to the Deadfire, but they did not settle the islands. Today, even, our shipboard life continues.
Why would you accept non-Valians into the Principi if they seem to be causing you such problems?
Few pirates retire comfortably, amico. We sink and we hang or we burn. We must replace our losses, accepting from many regions, including the Deadfire.
Then I suppose the better question is, why the fuck did you accept someone like Benwith in the first place? If Benwith is one of your own, shouldn't you take responsibility for his actions?
Benwith is no captain of mine, amico. It is not beneath my flag his Drake sails. Yet I do seek to temper his actions when they would endanger the Principi altogether.
And how has this Benwith endangered your Principi?
Are you saying if we rile you, you will pose no threat to us? Eccoci. Pardon if I do not believe you, Dragon Slayer.
Guy wants to be a noble thief, but is floundering on the noble part. Yeah. And it seems like the rest of the Principi are a little annoyed that he's starting to tarnish that reputation that they've built. He knows your history. I hope many people know my history. I mean, I killed 3 dragons, ended a world-ending threat, managed to bring the Deerwood back from the brink of death. I solidified the political system of the entire region. I certainly hope at least some of my exploits are known. It's nice when the world acknowledges that you fucking saved it. Even if nobody really cares that you saved it, they just know that you wielded a lot of power and broke a fucking army.
Word of Benweth's raid on the Defiant will spread throughout the Deadfire. More fools will seek to prey upon you.
Stab the Dominant. That was the name of the noble family. Yes, sorry, that was who I was referring to. I honestly forgot their name because I killed so many of them and there's none of them left.
I would suggest you stave off all others by making an example of Benweth.
Ferrante's, do my job for me, friend. Hope you don't die in the effort.
The rogue's words flit through your thoughts like darters. Not quite your own, but not entirely unlike your own either. Why tell me this? Why would the Principi seek to aid me?
I will be honest with you, amico.
Somehow I doubt it, but please continue.
I do not favor Benweth, nor do I care for the company he keeps. Such fools and scoundrels serve only to tarnish the Principi's reputable name. But I believe you will be capable of setting him straight.
Sounds like if I defeat Benwith, I'll be doing you a favor. I want boon for it. Where can I find Captain Benwith if I wanted to, say, teach him a lesson? Principi Sempatrena Minor Posit. We might go with that. Our oath doesn't mind clever responses, and some of the clever responses I don't like, but sometimes I do like the direction they lean into. So you're not a scoundrel like Benwith and the company he keeps. The captain spreads his hands, palms up in a disarming gesture.
I am a gentleman, of course, and I am certainly not a fool.
Then, where might I I'm kind of tempted. True, we're not... He is... I'm trying to rationalize this, because I have the insight for it, so... It truly sounds as if I defeat Benwith, I'll be doing you and yours a favor. Perhaps a boon for it would be most... useful. The good humor wipes from his face.
Of course, amico. Work with me, and I will weight your pockets with gold. When you have dealt with my problem, I will prepare a fine welcome for you at my port. Now, a tip for you.
His smile returns twofold, and he nods amicably.
Drake took damage during the storm. Eventually, he will need to dock for repairs, and when he does, Seraphin can find him for you.
Orante flourishes a hand towards the Orlan at his side.
He is rather an unrefined creature, but he is a most skilled ship hunter, I assure you.
Unrefined? Begging your pardon, Captain, but I'll be the fucking model of the gentleman of fortune.
The Orlan scoffs.
As for Benwith, that sucker of squid tits be as predictable as the tide. But wager all my furriest bits that he'd set sail for Deadlight.
That would be felicitous indeed, as I believe the traitor Remaro hides there as well. I quite enjoy killing 2 men with a single bullet.
Wouldn't have even thought of it if you hadn't brought it up, sir.
Yet you feel a surge of anger that's not your own. Seraphin spins towards you and bows
I
again.
ain't hardly in any hurry to leave the fine company of the gentlemen of leisure. But the captain be right about me finding your mark. Adding to that, you sail into Fort Deadlight not knowing your innies from your outies, you might very well find the locals cannon fucking your boat to sodden splinters.
Why loan me your best ship hunter?
What venture does not require an investment to be prosperous? Seraphin is an allowance, which I expect you will return in one payment or another.
You see why people like him? I do. He strikes me with a very similar tone to Horavius, but from a completely different direction. That similar kind of weird mix of respect and irreverence. Which I guess makes sense, since most Orlan come from Erglanfath or from the surrounding region. I imagine their cultures have some interplay, even for those like him who have obviously long since left that part of the world. Welcome aboard, Seraphin.
Oh, you won't be regretting this, Watcher. At least so long as you keep us heavy in grog and light on the onions. Ugh, them dirty shit apples ain't never agreed with me, and I'll be suspecting they never will.
Exactly, Lord Brownbear. But they both do have that scoundrel's edge to them. He pats his belly as he strides to you.
Sleeping near my berth, I promise you that much.
Aloth, have you seen the size of this ship? We don't exactly have much of a choice. Get over it, my dude. We are on a tiny fucking frigate, not a massive galleon.
I sail now for Dunwich, my own safe port. I will await you there, should you be successful in schooling our wayward captain.
He can go Pure Cipher with a subclass of Wild Mind, Barbarian, just straight Barbarian, or Witch, which is Barbarian plus Cipher. Oh. I mean, we could make him a more melee-oriented Cipher. That would be interesting. You can get a Galleon? Ooh. That would be interesting. Although, hold on. Frenzy. Sends a Barbarian Frenzied state, granting strong and fit inspiration, so they gain +5 to might, +5 to constitution, as well as an action speed bonus. While frenzied, they receive a deflection penalty. Of course they do. I'm tempted. I feel like it would be another case where these abilities would work really well. Like Biting Whip plus 30% damage. Yeah, we give him Biting Whip while he's in a frenzy to deal a lot of damage. Though it seems weird because he seems like he specializes in ranged weapons, so I don't know. Maybe Pure Cipher would be better for that anyways, just to focus on the debuffs. I'm not sure. Again, we lose out on the really high-end abilities. But still. Oh, that's nice. That doesn't really add much. Powered attacks gain increased accuracy. Potent and power. Empowered attacks gain increased damage. That's nice. I don't know. Blood Frenzy or Spirit Frenzy. Oh. Granting strong fit as well while active attacks can stagger foes versus when active critical hits bleed targets. And then the highest one, Ghostly Spirit Spin outward when activated, causing freeze damage and terrify. See, that's the problem. If he's mainly using ranged weapons, a lot of these frenzy abilities don't work unless he's deep into the melee fight, which has me worried. I'm thinking we want him as a pure Cipher then. Multi-class or Barbarian. The thing is, though, his very beginning is that he is a Cypher. Like, making him a pure barbarian does not make sense. But I don't see what the barbarian abilities bring to the table. Like, Barbaric Yell kind of works because it fits with the debuff abilities that the Cypher has. But Frenzy does not. I guess this could still kind of work for ranged weapons. Combining Carnage and Soul Whip would be interesting. That is what I'm thinking. Out Sprint, Savage Defiant. Which one's Carnage? 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 Do you mean the Frenzy? Is that what you're talking about, Lord Brownbear? Because I think that would work. It works with the Soul Whip. Would be the passives up top. Oh, right. 33% of base damage weapon in area on weapon hit. But that only works for melee attacks. Is he meant to be ranged? I guess if he's melee, we can just swap him into something else. Yeah. Okay, I guess we can go with that. We'll go with Witch. Yeah, it only works for melee. That's explicitly what it said. All right, I know that there was oh, wow. 5 water ice wine, 1 morale, 5 fresh fruit, daily wages, oh, we need to get more medicine then. If we're using medicine to heal the person, we're going to definitely need more. Let's go ahead and hit this shipwreck. You find an abandoned dhow half buried in the sand. Wind whistles through the gaping holes in its hull, making the sun-bleached wood creak and moan. Unopened cargo crates lie scattered about the wreckage. Sift through the wreckage. Take some time to explore. You find a tattered old flag, the Hawana colors. Maritime flags declare a ship's origin and allegiance that are used to distinguish from a foe. These are the colors of the Hawana, which bear the Wayfinder's emblem. Continue searching the ship. Gain 20 medical supplies. Rope and grappling hook, always good. Found milk. I refuse to believe that milk survives in Caribbean heat for longer than a day. Quite lat before you turn off for the night. Go down into your ship and go into your cabin. There's some things there for you. Also, you need to head into the port to pick up some crew. Yes, we will be doing that. Let's move over towards where the port is. Then we'll go below deck. Ah, there we go. Oh, there's Jyoti.
Ship life sure is an adventure, ain't it? Just think of all the places we can sail to, all the sights we could see. This is nothing like being stuck on a farm, or cloistered in the back of a temple.
Also, fun fact, the flags actually have an effect. The ships sailing around the Deadfire have factions, and they won't attack ships from their own faction. Yeah, I figured that would work as a mechanic.
Tell me what's on your mind?
We'll talk later. I don't really have time right now. What's in here? Ooh, a torch, Principi Cape, potion, fragment of the Blade of Endless Paths. Oh, the mythic blade of the Catacombs of Caed Nua was destroyed when Aothas emerged from the keep. The shards are no longer use of anyone, unless they could be reforged. The weapon may be fated to become more than what it was. The Whispers of Yenwood. Despite being utterly destroyed with the devastation of Caed Nua, the sword known as the Whispers of Yenwood had once again found its way into the possession of the keep's road warden, albeit in pieces. I mean, I'd rather have had my blade that I got from the white, from the fucking, the soul blade that I had attached to me, but okay. Letters from Alfra. Oh, right. This is the lady we helped there. Hope this letter finds you in good health. It has been many summers now since you first arrived in Gilded Vale, and much has changed. And in those years, I will never forget the kindness you showed upon me. The gods have blessed me with a son. He is healthy and strong and already so curious. All of Gilded Vale dotes upon him. I have told him of you. He asks constantly after the Watcher who restored his spirit and hopes one day to meet you. Until then, know that we keep you in our prayers. Your most grateful servant, Alfra. Oh, thank you. And Radric the Seventh. To the Watcher of Caed Nua, I am told your people found you alive in a state not unlike that suffered by those under the Hollowborn curse. I would that they had brought you here where the priest could have seen to you. Still, I know that you are in Barrett's hands. Who but they could have plucked you from the shattered god's grasp? You know, for once, you're right, Radric, but that doesn't mean I have to like it. You've worked Barrett's will in the past, and if that same will sends you to the far side of the sea, I trust you to fulfill your charge. I await your return. For years, you and I have helped guide the people of the Yenwood. There is still much work to be done. Lord Radric the Seventh, Thane of Gilded Vale. Well, he certainly sounds more rational than he was last time. Not that that says much. I hate that he's right. Let's see what's down here. Oh, yep, we've got Aloth and Adir down here. We've got Eld Engram. Can we talk to you? Mariner salutes. Okay, I thought there would be more. Looks like that's it. You got anything for me, Steward? 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 What? Including a menagerie which has all your pets in it? Sweet. Steward? Steward? I guess she doesn't want to talk right now. Steward is bugged and won't talk to you. Wait, really? It is sadly common. How do I fix it? Is it something that just happens randomly and it'll be fixed later, or what? Shit. Oh, well. Well, that's probably going to be all the time we have for today. I wanted to go a little bit longer just because we, doesn't do much. She just says some stuff. Oh, okay. It's not like actual conversation. Thank you all for joining me. I know we got off to a really slow start there. Thank you, Tenwood, for being here from the beginning. Otherwise, I'd have been talking to myself for most of this. Michael, oh, thank you for hanging out, man. Didn't know if you were still there or not. Thank you very much for continuing to hang out. You should see a schedule down in the About section. Oh, you're watching Silence? That's okay, dude. That's okay. That's okay. We love lurkers in here. We do not mind lurkers one bit. If you want to know more, Michael, there should be a there should be some About stuff down below the stream in the About section as far as my schedule and all that goes. Next stream is going to be on Friday. I take Thursdays off because I've got some in real life stuff I've got to do. But we will be streaming on Friday as per usual. I'm going to be making a Twitter post about this later, but since Tenwin, Brown Bear, and you are all here, I'm going to go ahead and make this announcement now. Next week will be the same schedule, but I am going to be taking the 21st of December to the 28th off. I'm going to be traveling to visit family. So we're going to take 1 week off there. And then I'll try to catch up when I can when I get back. Again, I'll make a Twitter post about it later to give a formal update so everybody knows. But just so you know, the 21st to the 28th, I'm going to be traveling. Long Friday stream. I still have to work that Friday, unfortunately, Tenwin, so it's still going to be a short stream, unfortunately. I'm sorry. We'll still have the long stream on this Sunday, though, so we'll still have that, and I will still be streaming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday of that week. As I said, Tenwin, sorry, there's not much I can do about it. My work is working me right up until my holiday starts on the 21st, so I got to get my hours in where I can. I really don't have much of an option. But I will have a couple of days off when I get back from my vacation, so I will hopefully be able to do a couple of, maybe 1 or 2 extra long streams then. Nekataka's amazing big town. Prepare for an experience to the extreme. Peace out. Thank you very much, Michael. I cannot wait to see it. I'm already loving everything with Deadfire so far. Absolutely enjoying it. And as I said, you all saw my reaction, the sheer size of that world map. Oh, yes. I'm going to love exploring every single fucking inch of that thing. But let me see if there's anybody on we want to raid real fast. Hold on. Pull up the stream manager. Where are you at? Why does it say my bitrate is absolutely shit? Are you guys seeing any errors on the screen before I go? Because I'm not seeing any, but it's freaking me out that there's some stuff on here that's weird. Okay, whatever. It doesn't appear to be any issue. Let's go see if there's anybody on to raid. I have no idea who this is. Maybe. There's really nothing. There's nobody really on. I guess we're not going to be rating anybody. There's nobody on except the big streamers right now. At least nobody that's showing up. So if that's the case, I'll go ahead and end today. Thank you all for showing up. I hope you all have a glorious rest of your day and a glorious Thursday. And I will see you all on Friday at our usual time for more Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. Thank you all for hanging out. Thank you all for being here. And I will see you all then. Thank you so very much. Have a good one, guys.